Welcome to Semper Hooah podcast.
A gerbil. See? Look, gerbils.
He does like... that's
Well,
not a gerbil.
that's Stuart
not,
Little.
That's Stuart Little.
Yeah, gerbil, right?
Is it a true story or is it a...
No, it's not true.
Really? Do you know?
How do we know?
Yeah, how do you know? Maybe
How do you know Lemmy Winks isn't like prancing around up there?
Hey, how do you know? He might want up there. Anyway, all
He
right.
said his asshole's too small to fit it.
All right, welcome to
Well,
Semper Hooah podcast.
it's a rodent. It collapses its body and can fit into tight spaces.
Let's start the show. Sami, good to see you. I feel like I've done this before.
Yeah, like at least 46 times before.
Yeah. Jonesy's behind the stick. Good to see you, bud. Though I just saw you like all week. And Teddy's back. He's in the closet. Hey, bud, how's it going?
Yeah, doing pretty good.
And Kyle Schejbal, the civilian desk jockey. He's back for another episode. How's it going, bud?
Oh, it's cold here.
Yeah.
I hate the state. There's a reason I moved. So
Yeah, well, Florida's nice, except for that hurricane that kicked your ass.
yeah, and yet we're better looking than half the people here.
Wait, he pulls into Midway. He's like, what the fuck is all these ugly people?
You flew into Midway.
Yeah, you flew into Midway.
It's like, it's gross, man. It's gross. All right, before we do our little pluggy bullshit, we're announcing the military movie cash giveaway, the $1,000 Visa gift card. That's going to be announced right before
Network?
our military movie review. All right, let's just quick plugs here. Please follow, like, subscribe, share, remind yourself we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, all podcast platforms, and watch us on YouTube or at semperhooah.com. You can follow us on Facebook, if you can follow us on Facebook at Semper Hooah Podcast and IG at Semper Hooah. Check out the merch at semperhooah.com/shop. You could support the show at semperhooah.com with a monthly subscription of your choosing. All you have to do is click that support us button, and 50% of merch profits go to Tango 3. Sami.
What?
Yeah, Tango 3. They do a bunch of stuff.
Tango 3, with your help, will support vetted organizational projects.
Sure.
You got that soundbite from
Why didn't you say Pete doing this?
Yeah, I know, right?
With veteran mental health issues and veteran suicide prevention through the sale of Doug Creek Akashi Wagyu beef jerky.
Don't forget to send a hate mail to contact us from Hooah. And since Petey's not here because he's sick,
And as always, all views and opinions are not expressive of the DoD, any of its branches, or any military, government, or agency, organization.
or Sunborg, or whatever. There we go. Good enough.
Could have gotten a better one.
We got no,
Missed him already.
yeah.
Sounds like he was in the room.
Yeah. All right. So for current events, quick ones here. First thing up, since Petey's not here, and I'm sure Jonesy has some info too. The Russian super duper special military operation has been kind of crazy this last week or so, huh? The Ruskies left. Was it Kherson? I always fucked it up.
They invaded another country?
No, they left. They left that one. Went back to theirs for a little bit. Which I think Jonesy called it last week or last episode or so. They're like, oh yeah, six weeks max. It was like 2 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
And they're up. Missiles landing in Poland. Holy shit, dude. That was insane. For a second there, we all thought we were going to war.
I
got
got getting
excited.
called back up.
I was like, yay, war in Europe. That sounds fun. Garrison fucking sucks right now.
Really? You feel the temperature outside, right? Most of Europe is feeling that
Yeah,
right
I
now.
know. But instantly, though, it was kind of crazy. Everything was like, oh, no. It's the Ukrainians that did not Russia. It kind of swept under the rug real fast. And then Ukraine, though, was like demanding proof. It's like, wait, we want proof that, we did it. So that's interesting. Yeah, that same launch, I think Russians launched 80 missiles like that one day.
Mm-hmm.
Took
They
out
actually lost 75% of those missiles.
Yeah, which is awesome.
They
That's good.
lost 75%?
Yeah, they got shot down.
Yep.
How'd they lose them?
Got shot down.
Well, Ukrainian missiles found them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They killed.
well, then they technically didn't lose the missiles. They know where they're at.
All right, I gotta ask this though, really
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me this. But you think that Russia came in and they said, "Oh man, we're gonna put in we're gonna do 55-60% of our work. We're gonna take over this country, no problem." And here we are. How long has this been going on for?
Since February.
See-
And they're still there.
See, if they had followed U.S. tactical doctrine from every war we've fought since the 90s and even the 80s, they would still be in their air war campaign right now and bombarding the fuck out of Ukraine. But they didn't do that. They didn't even gain air superiority. So when they invaded, they kind of caught with their trousers down.
Yeah.
On their ankles. Also, the fact that rampant corruption within their general staff and procurement chains as basically neutered their entire military force.
So you think being almost I mean, obviously you guys are a fan of the military.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well,
right?
I would say
think-
fan. Okay.
Okay, sorry. You're a
Force fan, I guess.
Yeah.
sure or force
We jerk
supporter.
off to
force supporter.
weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got to feel good though to
I
see
don't
it
jerk
and
off
look at
to
it though and
weapons.
go,
I jerk
man.
off with weapons.
Same difference.
But you got to look at it though and kind of go, all right, well, Russia's army sucks. That's not that bad, you know?
Yeah, I would say I was pretty shocked at first. But no, it's fucking great. I love watching them get their ass kicked because we're always like, oh no, there's big bad Russians.
Oh,
They're
the
always
Russians.
saying- yeah. But no, yeah, very happy.
Also, you know what? Here's the thing. This is the thing that I've been hearing a lot from people lately. When they're talking shit about the past administration, and they're like, oh yeah, he was in bed with Russia and all that. I'm like, cool. So that's why Putin chose to invade Ukraine during his administration.
Yeah, there's that one. All right, what else happened there? There was the power plants were taken out like crazy. They got no power over there right now. Here's a cool one though. Ukraine claims a sniper killed a Russian soldier from 1.68 miles away. Not the record, because I think a
Canadians still hold that. I think
over 2 miles,
pretty sure.
right? But they have a video of it. I mean, it's kind of shit. It's just like down a scope, but it's okay. It's very doable.
What was the sniper rocking?
Jonesy, you know what we're talking about, right? Too.
I'll find it.
Yeah, I figured.
Dragunov or
I'm not sure.
No, it was some really long fucking rifle.
He had like a crazy thermal on it too.
Yeah.
you
They took
could-
some
I mean,
1901 elephant gun.
in all fairness, you could pull off a shot at that range with with a 7.62.
Oh yeah, it's actually doable.
very difficult, but
It's
you
a
could
long
do it.
shot though.
You could do it.
1.68 miles. That's
I'm
like,
just kind of curious. Were they using like a Barrett or equivalent, or was it like a Russian-made equivalent? Because the Russians still have that 14.7 millimeter machine gun.
Was it?
It's entirely likely they have a sniper rifle
Oh,
designed to
God,
fire.
it's a Telegram post. I'm not going to be able to get into that shit.
So yeah.
Why don't we have Telegram?
I think you could watch the video though.
Yeah, the video is here. Wait, did they cross
Yeah, the
budget onto
video is
the-
going to be the guy shooting the gun, and then all of a sudden they're going to show the guy over there, and he's going to fall. He falls over, and he hit his head, and they went,
No, it's
"Yeah,
gonna
we're
be like
taking
those
credit."
Taliban sniper videos where you see the rags like hopping up in the air.
Well, the one Jonesy pulled up before was what was it, the guys? The Russians were
Oh,
doing
yeah.
a blowy, and then they fucking just blew
That's
him up.
still.
I
That's
guarantee,
still
I
makes me
guarantee you, if
crack
they
up.
lived, someone got his dick bit off
Yeah.
on that one.
But yeah, I mean, so 1.68 miles. That's about close to 8,000 feet. I want to say, is that right?
1.68 miles.
Yeah, because what is it, a mile's like 5,000 something feet.
5,282 feet.
The fact you know that's right on the money, huh? Fact check that. I don't trust him. I think he's
All
off by a foot.
So
It's actually it's going to be about 9,000 feet.
Okay, you got it.
So I can't actually pull up Telegram because it's being fucking stupid.
Oh, paywall. Okay, that's fine.
But I can still use the plugin
Okay.
here.
Also, how long is a mile? Just to see if I'm right.
So all it
Just
is
to-
like, it seems to just go down. That's really quick and easy. That's shit. Boring.
He's got no mega reticle. How do you get that?
All right, so that's all I got on Russia because I'm not fucking Pete. Unless you got something else, Jonesy.
So the Donetsk People's Republic went into the war with 20,000 personnel. They now statistically have all of them are either wounded or dead.
Oh, wow. All right.
And
What country is that?
The Donetsk,
That's creepy.
occupied Donetsk.
That's a country.
No.
To Russia.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
All right.
And let's see. Oh yeah, this fucker.
Which fucker?
This fucker. So this dude runs the Wagner Group.
Oh, the Wagner Group. Yeah.
Prigozhin.
That's
So-
by the way, for Kyle here, that's a private military organization out of Russia.
It's Russia's Blackwater.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this dude actually really came up inside the Russian prison system. So when they say cocks, they mean fucking bottoms.
Okay.
So he wants to make a full cock division of prisoners that have been anally raped. Because he's too concerned with sending in prisoners into their divisions because he's too concerned about the rapist prisoners raping conscripts.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Does he not think the bottoms are going to try to get their manhood back and maybe retaliate on that one? I don't know. Just
Okay,
a thought.
let's think about this real quick here. This has been the Russian way of war this entire time. I don't think smart is anywhere in the vocabulary.
No.
All right. We're done with Russia. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're done there, right? Yep, good. Yep, across the board.
He is my neighbor. He is barely my assholes.
All right, done with that shit. All right, Sami, look at this one. This is right up your alley.
I don't understand how this is up my alley.
Sexual misconduct? I don't know.
I have never committed that in my entire life.
Not convicted.
Quitted.
Stop selling his secrets.
Yeah.
It was on his NJP.
It never was anything.
Well, I actually
It was never for anything.
You proved it.
sexual.
There's a videotape, so it's good. That's just fine. Go on.
Anyway, these 58 military JRTC teachers engaged in sexual misconduct with high school students, the Pentagon says.
Yeah.
You know what the sad thing is? There's at least 3 times the amount of recruiters that are responsible for that.
Oh, man.
You got to fill out those ranks somehow.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
All right, so we got 60 of them. Jeez.
Almost 60, yeah.
Oh,
According to a
reports.
Pentagon internal review made at the request of Congress, investigators found that at least 60 high school students participating in JRTC programs had reported their instructors for sexual abuse, assault, harassment to school officials and or local law enforcement in the last 5 years.
All right.
So that's 58 teachers, 60 students. I mean, that's a 1-to-1 average right there, guys.
So all but 2 accusations were substantiated by law enforcement. That's, wow. That's a lot. All right. That's creepy.
Yeah.
What's up next? Oh, what is it? I'm on the right page, yeah. All right, so official Army app had Russian code in it. Back to the Russians. God damn it. Might have harvested user data. So that happened. There was like this weird app that was used in Fort Irwin back. I think they canceled it in 2019 here.
Is it
like,
TikTok?
that'd be the Chinese
Yes.
code for that. It's like 1,000 people that like use the app, but like I guess they took a bunch of their info. But now, IT protocols are fucking through the roof, so not really a big concern. You can take your coffee with you? You're looking like Pete over
I
there.
already drank all
Wait,
the
speaking
coffee.
of TikTok, have you read the guidelines for that stuff?
Right.
So listen to this.
Guidelines.
So
Go on.
I watched. So it was actually on JREs, and I read it myself. Oh, they. I mean, I flew here, right?
Yeah.
My TikTok automatically switched from Florida to Illinois like that.
Yeah.
Without even me clicking a button, nothing, and it tracks more beyond that. Like you'll like how you think oh, they're listening to us, right? And you go on Facebook, and something and it pops up. Oh, TikTok says we are listening to you.
Oh, it just says it. That's nice.
Yeah,
Chinese.
Yep. Like it literally says
Yeah.
we are listening to you.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a shady fucking app, but it's got funny shit on there. you know?
Smoking hot chicks too.
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't know.
No, you're not on the text.
I'm not on
Well-
any social media.
We'll show you later, Sam.
Yeah. All right. What else we got here? Oh, here's a good one. Air Force to cut time spent in the field for airmen at basic training. Like they need it anyway. Like,
Yeah.
the fuck. What is it? They got.
They have the field in Air Force boot camp?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, it's instead of staying at a
4 days. They got a 4-day. Right now, it's 4 days in the field for them. What the fuck do they need?
That
that
may
for?
as
What
well-
is the
that
field
was
for them? They go to an
pointless.
actual office building off base
Isn't
or
their
something?
basic
Yeah.
like 6 weeks anyway?
Yeah.
How long is their basic, bro? Jonesy.
6
I'm gonna
weeks.
find that out.
Yeah. Is it 6?
Yeah.
Making
Well,
it
let's say
shorter.
extended it.
Was it Space Force like 2?
I think Space Force is about the same.
Instead of staying at a Hilton, they're staying at a Best Western.
So now they're doing a 36-hour scenario.
Best Western, Holiday Inn,
7.5
man.
weeks.
Or motel.
7.5.
Hampton Inn.
How do you 0.5?
I
They
get-
can't even just like squeeze an extra half.
Week and a half is like reception, probably. They just lump it like that.
Jesus Christ!
So they have like I don't know, I'm just guessing, 36-hour scenario now. It's the four-day field training. I'm like, what the fuck? You need that shit.
What are they doing in the field though?
Basic. The new thing is it's called Beast Week. Basic.
Did they do combat reloads of their staplers?
Airman skills training. Primary agile combat employment range. I don't. Okay. Forward operations readiness. It's called Pacer Forge. That's the name of their cool little thing. Whatever. It's fucking Air Force. Next. Who gives a shit? Oh, but yeah, we already got that. All right. Hey, it's your daddy. Hit it up. It's your daddy. Sam.
Where?
Radio.
Radio? Network?
Navy. What's going on with them?
Oh,
Yeah, there we go. We're doing a show.
oh, sorry. Oh, when you said my dad, I'm like, where's George?
George.
Navy seizes massive amount of explosive material from boat en route from Iran to Yemen.
Like a shitload of Like a lot.
See, here's the thing, though. You can't disrupt like actual legitimate commerce between nations. That just seems fucked up.
Well, you can when you are the strongest country in the world.
Yes.
Wait,
Russia?
Okay.
Or, nah, that ain't even close. China.
All right,
Hey,
so 100
they got Hollywood to bend the knee. They got Hollywood to try to make us believe in the remake of Red Dawn that North Korea is a credible threat.
I still haven't seen that movie. So the 170 tons
It's
they caught.
pretty good, especially when that whatever Hemsworth was in it got clipped in the head.
Oh, that Red Dawn. I'm talking about I haven't seen the other one.
The old one.
The original?
No. What were you talking about? The North Korean one though. Weren't you just saying that, or am I fucking spacing out?
You're spacing out.
North Korea.
He said North Korea.
Yeah, I swear to God. Oh yeah, because it was the Red Dawn.
In the remake,
I was thinking
in
of
the
the-
remake of
I'm
Red
sorry.
Dawn, they were going to make the Chinese the aggressors,
Yeah.
and then they decided not to
sorry.
because they wanted to sell the movie in China, so they made it North Korea. But North Korea had technology in that movie that North Korea is nowhere near capable of possessing.
Right, but I was thinking of the what's that other movie that North Korea made though? Like or was it North Korea or China that made that movie that makes it look like they're fucking badass during
That's
the
both
Korean
countries
War.
because they're both communist.
Right, but it was the Korean War one. That's the one I was thinking. For some reason, I
It is
just blanked.
North
I was
Kor-
thinking that you were
well,
talking about that for a second.
Oh no, China just came out with that. It's like their war epic.
Yeah,
I forget
that's
what the
what it
name
was.
of it is. Do you know what it was, Jonesy?
I'll try and find it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
though.
you know what I'm saying.
And no
right?
matter what they did, they still can't stop but make us look badass.
Yeah,
Because it took entire human waves to overwhelm a guy with like maybe 5 rounds and a bayonet.
yeah, it's also got one of the most famous Marine Corps quotes that came out of that particular engagement because it's about the chosen reservoir, and it's we're surrounded. Great, simplifies the problem.
Okay. Oh, so redemption here. Charges drops against Marines arrested at the San Diego Zoo ride halt. Remember that thing, that gondola one?
Yeah, good.
So like, yeah, because it's kind of bullshit. So,
Civilian charges were dropped.
yeah. Well, yeah. They didn't ever. I think they had any
Military charges
I'm-
are totally still standing.
Probably. This is a story.
They've already
I think-
probably done barracks duty for that.
We didn't really give him a guilty one on this. They came up kind of on the scummy thing. They were on a gondola at the zoo, and they like were rocking the shit out of it. Stopped it, halted it for over. Everyone was scared shitless. They thought it was gonna fucking collapse. So they arrested him and fined him or some bullshit. But the prosecutors have dismissed charges against 4 Marines who were accused of rocking a gondola in the San Diego Zoo, causing the ride to fail, straining more than 100 passengers in the air for 2+ hours.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna be
Wow.
honest with you.
Yeah.
These are Marines that decided to go to the zoo
Yeah.
on their fucking day off instead of going to bang coups and all that shit. So all I'm gonna say on this one is these are already some very wholesome boys.
And just for you,
You know, like they're not troublemakers.
after a negotiated
Leave 'em alone.
agreement, the San Diego or Wales Vagina DA dismissed the case for 6 months of no new violations of the law and full payment of restitution. The Wales Vagina DA noted that the defendants have paid $18,260 in restitutions to the Wales Vagina
How
Zoo.
many fucking Marines were involved with this?
3, 4?
4.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's a year's salary for
You know,
each of
I
them.
did Wales Vagina for you, and you just didn't give a shit. You need to wake the fuck up. You remember last episode? You were fucking begging for it.
Begging for
Kill
what?
him. Never mind. Jesus Christ. Somebody give him some cocaine or something. Gee.
He's gone.
I know. All right. Hey, Teddy, you want to take the next one?
Network?
Yeah. Army Hospital encouraging men and women to stop shaving to raise awareness about men's issues. Bain Jones Army Community Hospital encourages soldiers and civilians at the Joint Readiness Training Center in Fort Polk, Louisiana, also known as Hell, to grow a mustache this November to raise awareness about prostate and testicular cancer, mental health, and suicide preventions for men.
I had a
How many women are growing mustaches?
I had a good stash for a day.
Yeah,
Couple
yeah,
bush stuff.
you should have kept it. Come on.
No, dude, the wife was like,
That's why you should have kept it.
well, no, because like because when you're gotta keep it in reg, so I had to like shorten it because it looks so much better when you wide it. Because does a pretty wide one too. I love doing it wide, but you know you gotta keep the
Have you,
know
seen
what?
Generation Kill?
yeah.
Police that mustache.
You know what? We
Hitler's
work with
stash
some-
is always in regs.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, we work with someone that does not keep their mustache in regs, and no one has said a single thing.
Well, he's been in the army for 100 years, so
I never
Yeah.
kept mine in regs, and no one said a word to me about the mustache. They said everything to me about my haircut, though.
plus he's like a old. Did you hear him in that fucking brief? Do you remember that? We were doing like this a finance brief about like something about like for housing, which is actually a good one, like mortgages and this kind of shit. And like the guy our mustache bud here, asked the fucking question. He goes, so is it true, like, if you have, like, a murder or suicide in the house, you know, that comes up, do you have to disclose that? And we're like, what the fuck are you, like, what happened in your house, dude? Like, why? Go on.
Is there anything that you'd like
Planning
to
for the
disclose?
future.
Yeah, it's like,
Housing market's gonna pop soon.
anyway, the no
I
shave
know, I'm
November
looking forward
thing.
to it.
So, yeah, it's cool. They were pushing the whole thing for, no shave, or Movember, right? That's the whole thing they're pushing for. Well,
I thought it was
So-
no nut
That's what I
November.
thought too.
Porque los
So
dos.
November's for the men. That's what it is.
it is. It really is.
So-
Well, finally we get a month.
Yeah.
To continue,
Yeah.
according to fightcolorectalcancer.org, No Shave November became the newest culture phenomenon in 2003, commonly referred to as Movember. The origin of the movement started between two mustache-loving mates in Australia, and today has turned into a worldwide phenomenon to promote men's health.
I don't use it for that, but cool.
Any other country that would call themselves mates, we would get a very, very different response.
Yeah, but since it's Australia,
It's allowed. How those? What are you drinking over there, Jonesy?
It's a ginger and lime sour.
Oh, is it different from the? Is it the
is
same
it-
company that you
is it
had
c-
yesterday?
No, different from yesterday.
Is it kind of briny?
No, not really, actually. It's really smooth.
The can looks cool. He's into weird shit.
It almost looks like a Budweiser Limerita.
All right, who wants this one up here? Whatever. Anybody? Nobody.
Huh? What?
All right, fucking.
Wait.
hell.
I got it.
I
I
saw
got
a word I didn't know how to pronounce. So I said, nope, not this time.
it. That's penis.
Yeah.
Oh, it says the. That's what it is.
And you did go to Arizona State. The Air Force claims no intent by pilots to draw sky penis near Russian base in Syria.
It's clean, right? I already got it up there.
What?
All right, go on. Let's hear it.
Why draw
really
a sky penis and not a sky fuck you? I don't know. Anyway.
It's not intentional.
It would have been so much better if they did it facing directly at TARDIS
It's still a good fucking dick.
and
though.
see if they can get just a few more planes that can go straight out, so it looks like there's some nut going for
I'm
it.
just saying, this is really sloppy. They didn't even stay inside the lines right there, man.
Was it
It's a vein.
KC? It's a
That's a really weird looking vein, man.
well, it is a KC 135. I mean,
look,
it's a tanker.
They
man. It's a
clearly got like the seminal vesicles and all that stuff and the vas deferens and shit, but they didn't
big- They got the fast stuff.
like. Look, they didn't even put the little opening and shit. We don't know where the jism comes out.
All right, read it off.
Anyway, leadership for the U.S. Air Forces in Europe has determined that a KC-135 aerial tanker did not mean to fly in a phallic flight pattern near a Russian base in Syria, recently said USAFE spokesman Captain Ryan Goss.
All right.
The case, also, I love the fact that it's a tanker pilots that did this. Good for them.
I said it's a big. That's not a bank and big. It's a big fucking.
Yeah, it's a
plane,
big fat bitch.
right? Yeah, heavy as shit too.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of fuel.
A KC-135 Strato tanker, RAKE-71, operating in the Eastern Mediterranean, adjusted between multiple different flight tracks during the course of the mission. Goss said in a recent statement, while these adjustments and movements appeared to create vulgar outline, there was no intent by the pilots or the unit to do so. As we continue to look into this, USAFE AFAFRICAAMC USAF ABCDQRMNOP
Or the Air Mobility Command. There
will
we go.
continue to maintain the highest standards of professionalism and airmanship.
MISSIPPI.
It's Air Force Africa, but all right. What is the E for in USAFE? The fuck? Anybody know that?
Europe?
Yeah, maybe that makes sense.
United States Air Force Europe.
Yeah, okay. I'm just used to.
I meant that as a joke.
It would actually make because it's probably like because Army like AFRICOM is actually in Europe because they're not putting any fucking command and base down in Africa because fuck that shit.
Where the fuck are you
Yeah,
gonna
it's
put
just
it?
it's just United States Air Force Europe.
Yeah,
Air
that's what I
Forces
thought. Okay,
Africa,
good guess
all
though.
that.
I mean, it makes sense. Anyway, go on.
The aircraft took off from
Yeah, Chania.
Chania. Is that Trump pronouncing China or
Chania.
China?
It's very good. I'm running again.
We're the bestest ever. International airport and flew east of Cyprus. Flight Radar 24, a flight tracking service, shows that the KC-135's flight path included an oval and 2 circles, prompting the Italian newspaper La Repubblica to speculate that the plane had drawn a sky penis in front of Russia's naval base in Tartus, Syria.
Flight Radar 24 is one of the greatest apps.
Yeah, I've never even been on it.
So highly
try it out.
recommended. I don't know if you ever go on it, but every time I go to the airport to click on it, you go, all right, there's a bad Spirit airline. There's Frontier. Ooh, private. Where are you going? And then it never says where they're going.
Of course not. They're
Yeah,
private.
Yeah.
Private.
You pay the premium for that in anonymity.
Okay, I'm gonna take this one. I think
About time.
I don't know. Like, fuck. Okay.
It's been I'm on struggle bus, all right? So fuck you.
All right, so this fucking guy. Defense contractor invents a game that literally kills you when you lose. So, a little fucked up, right?
Nope.
All right. Really?
How much is he selling it for?
Palmer Luckey made his name by starting a virtual reality company, Oculus, when he was 16 years old. He cashed out pretty quickly, selling the VR company to Mark Zuckerberg in 2014 for $2 billion.
I don't know why the
Fucking
lizard
A.
people just didn't steal it from him.
And sending Facebook down the path to the metaverse. Damn, $2 billion. Fuck me.
In 2014.
At 16
Yeah.
years
What's
old.
At
what's
16.
2 billion?
For
what's
something
2
that you
billion
use to jerk
now?
off with now.
What's
Yeah.
$2 billion now?
What's 2014 2 billion to today?
Oh, no, our current economy. I don't know.
$5 billion.
It's still generational wealth. You're good. All right. Lucky. Yeah. When you. What do you got?
It's a lot of fucking zeros. Holy shit.
He's counting the zeros now too. One,
It's
two,
9 zeros.
three.
He's a Jew. He could get it. You got it.
All right.
Oh yeah. I can't say the and Jew at the same time.
2.5 billion.
Oh.
Oh.
So.
So he only made $500 million off
All
that.
right,
All right, cool.
So luckily, then now just 22 years old, took his Facebook cash and started Endural. Is that how you say it? Endural
I don't know.
Industries, a defense contractor that develops surveillance technology. Endural has been a big success, landing a $967 million contract with the Air Force. Jesus Christ.
This guy's just printing billions.
Yeah.
Fucking A, in advanced battle management systems, and a $1 billion contract with the U.S. Special Forces Command to work on its
Operations
counter
Command.
drone. Yeah, did I say that?
Forces Command.
Whatever. Spec Ops scam. SOCOM. To work on a counter drone systems integration. Dude, this guy
What's that other one that they have? It's based in Maryland, but they have like over 30,000 different employees that they do defense contracting.
There's
Booth
NSAs out there.
It's like it's a
NSA's
company.
on, yeah.
but
Oh, it's a
like,
company?
It's a company. I was just looking up the other day. Someone in our
Who's Allen?
Lockheed Martin.
Yep, there it is. That's the one.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Yeah, they're all over.
Lockmart.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're all
They
over.
have they have 30,000 employees.
I think we have a family member that actually on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask them what they do.
Yeah, they're based out of Bethesda, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this sick fuck. Here we go. All right. All right. So what is a 30-year-old? No, now he's 30. Okay, 30-year-old billionaire. Wait, how does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. That's got to be a typo. Whatever. This billionaire dude
No, you
entertained himself
you
with
typed it.
swimming in his sweet DoD cash. Because good God, that's another $2 billion
First of all,
fucking dollars.
why the
Doubles money.
fuck, if you got that kind of money, why would you go back to work?
Or just inventing cool shit. Except for this, he invents a gaming headset that also is a lethal weapon, or maybe it's the other way around. And he invented a lethal weapon that's also a gaming headset. Jesus Christ, Lucky already got his big buck contracts, and now he has enough free time on his hands, and he could turn attention to projects like this one. So he's into this thing here, which I understand. He's like a big anime guy, right? So an article in
So he's building a
Vice.com
Gundam?
no, explains his latest invention from the Boy Wonder. He's a big fan of anime. He's Sword Art Online. I don't know what that is. And designed a new virtual reality headset that pays homage to twisted story behind the series. Lucky's headset features 3 explosive charge modules that sit above the screen. If the bombs went off, they'd obliterate the head of anyone wearing the device. Yeah, let's go buy this shit. Oh, what the fuck? This inventor shared...
Hashtag take my money.
He shared his invention on his blog where he explained the idea of trying... Okay, the idea of trying your real life... or tying your real life to your virtual avatar is always fascinating to me. Jesus, okay, I guess. You instantly raise the stakes to the maximum level and force people to fundamentally rethink how they interact with the virtual world and the players inside of it. Pumped up graphics might make a game look good, more real and good, but only the threat of serious consequences can make the game feel real to you and everyone in the person in the game. Yeah, you die in the game, right?
That's going to totally destroy your online community. I'm just saying.
It's like, I think your business is going to shit. It's kind of a bad plan.
Maybe
here.
they're trying to go with the fentanyl drug dealer process.
So I guess in the show that he watches, that he's a big fan, players find themselves trapped inside of a headset called the Nerve Gear that kills the wearer with a microwave emitter if they lose the VR game, and they're forced to play. Lucky Lucky. He is lucky, motherfucker. What a great name. Was unable to figure out how to translate the technology to physical reality, so he opted to build explosive device instead. That one would reduce the loser's cranium to a fine pink mist.
Dude, this guy right
So
here.
he made head-mounted IEDs.
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
Dude, this guy right here like watched way too much of Black Mirror. And said-
right. Yeah, that's what
and
made me
said,
think too. Black
fuck it,
Mirror, a little bit,
like,
right?
Oh yeah, like let me prick a thing into my leg where I can feel the pain of the gunshot.
He's not done yet. He has plans to have an anti-tamper mechanism like a nerve gear, so it's impossible to destroy the headset or take it off. That's fucking great. Even so, with the huge variety of failures that could occur and kill the users at the wrong time, this is why I've not worked up the balls to actually try it himself. So yeah, what a fucking.
So he's developing a product that literally no one's gonna ever buy.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Surely there are volunteers out there willing to try it, though.
I mean,
But,
with $2.5 billion, would you not fuck around like this?
I mean,
No, I
don't
wouldn't.
know.
I have better things to do with my time, like start a harem.
I mean, if I was fucking suicidal, sure. Fuck that though. What a
Nah.
psycho.
He doesn't need a harem. He has anime.
All right, who wants the next one up?
Honestly, with that kind of money, you could actually plastic surgery anyone to look like an anime person.
Oh, fuck no. Let's not go down that route.
Oh, well, I mean, like, aside from, like, the tentacle porn part, but, you know.
Now it's just not worth it.
I don't know, dude. Tentacle
So
porn.
who's gonna pay for all these military blue check mark on Twitter accounts?
Yeah, you're a Twitter guy, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
You tweet a lot.
I tweeted at Elon Musk.
There you
I
go.
asked him if he'd like to do business with us,
Nice.
and then I called someone at Twitter, and I said, "Hey, his name was Mick Edward. Sorry, Mick Edward, if you hear this, but." I go, "Hey man, you still work over at Twitter?" He goes, "No man, just lost a job a couple days ago." I go, "Oh, so it's true."
Lose it or do you get? No,
I don't know. He said lost it. So.
Okay.
But if you like the military's $600 toilet seat scandal, get ready for the $500 tweet.
Where the fuck is this one? Didn't we
Whatever.
skip one?
No, I just didn't finish the rest of that fucking psycho. It
Okay.
was gonna-
Oh, okay.
October 31st.
Well, first of all, 600 toilets. You know the toilet seat scandal? You guys know that at all?
No.
In the early 90s? It was basically guys, like, I think it was the Pentagon, they're admitting that they're spending like fucking $600 on a toilet, $500 on a hammer. That's why in the Independence Day,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did the whole line. It's like, you don't think they spend this much on a hammer, or this much. That this is an actual scandal.
Yeah, how do we get the money to finance this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't think they spend like $800 on a hammer. But yeah, go on.
But NASA did.
Yeah.
So on October 31st, Army Chief of Staff General James C. McConneville, or at least someone who worked for him, posted a tweet on a verified Twitter account at Army Chief Staff. It was a quick message, a simple "well done" to soldiers in the 2nd Cavalry.
That's good.
In Germany, based infantry and
Oh, wait, go ahead.
Major
Major Vilsek.
Vilsek. It's a Germany-based infantry unit, and it tagged 4 official military Twitter accounts.
Can't say striker. Is that too hard for you?
I went to Arizona State.
Yeah.
I skipped right over the
Oh,
word.
it's fine. It happens. All right.
Yeah.
I skip
The
words.
second Cav V Corps, U.S. Army.
V
Europe.
Corps.
That's what I say.
No.
Arizona State.
VCOR, I love
It's
the
a
new
Roman
name.
numeral.
Shit.
Fifth
You-
Corps.
Yeah, and they all caught on the U.S. Army account there. Look,
It's not your fault.
if you I don't know if you follow up with like Twitter at all and what is happening.
Yeah.
No.
No, a little
okay,
bit.
so anybody can create an account, and you can get a burner email because it's free to make any email in the world, which is
Right.
great. And you can make an account. You pay the $8,
Mhm.
and you can make the name of your thing like, let's see, Donald Trump. But
Right.
then underneath it, the tagline
Mhm.
can be like like ass sniffer.
Didn't some? Okay, so there's the company that makes the insulin. They got
Yeah.
somebody made a fake one. It said like insulin's not free, and their stock fucking tanked to shit. Like literally, like fucking destroyed the company because of because
and
they're
Mu-
verified.
and
There was
Elon
another
Musk was
fake for
like,
Lockheed
"Love it."
Martin.
Yeah.
Elon was like, love it.
There was a fake for Lockheed Martin where they said they would stop selling weapons to the United States and Israel because they were providing weapons for attacking civilians or some shit.
I
like
love the
that.
anarchy that's happening with it. Go on because we want to hear the rest of
This
this.
is why I love that Elon bought Twitter, because fuck Twitter.
I never cared about it, but finish this off. and
But
we'll get
depending
more
on
of it.
where the dust settles inside Twitter, McConneville's attaboy note could soon cost taxpayers nearly $500.
So yeah, think about this. It's like
Oh, $500.
no
Oh,
per
God.
per account though. Per tweet. Like go on. It breaks down a little bit more.
Under the Twitter Blue program, introduced by new owner Elon Musk earlier this month, though now apparently withdrawn in the U.S., users like McConneville would pay $8 per month or $96 per year to keep their blue check mark status. All 5 of the accounts in McGonagall's tweet, including his own, are verified. Keeping them that way costs $480.
So that's just
Oh my God, $500 for the cost of doing business on your fucking bullshit social media platform. Get fucked.
No, I'm saying is that this is fucking now. The taxpayers are gonna pay for that. That's just one of them. There's how many fucking like commands that have to be all verified. So do the math. Like if that's just one guy, one general, then you look
Yeah.
at a command, do it, and more of that. That's coming out of our pockets.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this: why the fuck is the military on Twitter?
Exactly. I fucking hate it.
Hearts and minds, people. Hearts and minds.
Yeah, who the fuck cares?
Like
The military existed before fucking Twitter, and they did just fucking fine.
yeah. Our
Also, Twitter is the single-handedly the biggest contributor to the downgrade of intelligence in this world.
Let's go on a rant. Keep going.
Fucking Jack Dorsey and all those goddamn cunts that are up there on Twitter. First of all, they kicked the sitting president off their fucking platform, and then they had the balls to say, "Oh, we're for free speech." Get fucked. You people suck. Just like every other social media fucking network out there. They're all garbage.
Is that why you're off it?
Yes.
All right. You done with your rant?
Yeah, kind of.
All right.
That felt good, didn't it?
It was good. That's nice. Yeah. So yeah, who is gonna pay for all that, huh? Oh yeah, cool graphics. See,
I got an
look at all
idea.
fucking- look at all
I got an
the
idea. We
goddamn
could
things around
shave
there,
a
man.
lot of money out of the budget. Get rid of the Twitter accounts. Why does the CIA need an official Twitter?
Yeah, that's kind of weird, right?
Also, why does the NSA need an official Twitter? They're just going to hack yours anyway.
Let's cheer you up a little bit. Do the next story.
Yeah.
Do the next one. This one will cheer you up. Ready? You ready for it?
The world's most liked OnlyFans model is using her content to raise funds for veterans. Aww.
That's nice. See? Most liked though.
Those
Most
abs
liked
are
by
totally
who? By
fake.
who?
Huh?
By who? Most liked by the military?
No, it's most liked in general. She's got the highest. What's her?
No.
Bryce Adams.
Let's
Check
plug
her
her
out.
account.
No.
All right.
Nicki
She's
Check
not
her
the
out.
cash me
No.
outside bitch.
Yeah, and Nicki Minaj.
It says most
Or not
liked.
Nicki Minaj, the other
Most liked. I don't know what that
Cardi
means.
B.
On OnlyFans. I don't know. All right, well,
They
check out for
First
Bryce
of all,
Adams.
no one pays for any of their shit.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh, they make like $5, $6, $7 million a month.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Off their bullshit album sales.
Really?
That's not Bryce Adams.
That is a Bryce
That
Adams.
is a Bryce Adams, not the Bryce Adams. All right, go on.
Bryce Adams, who has been dubbed the world's most
Liked?
that
I know,
says,
I know,
that
I know.
says like
I know.
world's most like OnlyFans model.
Liked.
There's
Go
no
on.
D there.
I know. I just roll with it, buddy.
No, it is scripted this way. I'm telling you.
It's gonna be difficult all fucking day.
Yes, you made me get up early.
I know.
Claims she intends to actually help veterans in the way she knows best. Hand jobs. The 29-year-old Floridian grew her massive subscription base through the authentic approach to the adult industry, according to the Daily Star.
Yeah.
Hand jobs. All right.
Yes.
A large amount of her content involves recording herself going about her daily life, but also includes time in the bedroom with her boyfriend.
I never like when they do that.
No, because, it's like someone else gets to...
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Good for you, bud.
Yeah. She says she decided to give back because many of her followers also happen to be in the armed forces. No shit, you're producing porn.
We love it.
Jesus Christ, you can have a horse face and we'd still watch it.
Yeah, fair.
Probably more so. I have a lot of people, fans, hashtag, that are first responders, nurses, doctors, firemen. I also get a lot of veterans. No shit.
Once again.
Porn. I appreciate veterans, and I thought, hey, this is a totally different way for me to try to connect and support the veterans. You know what? You know who did the best job of supporting veterans?
General Hooker.
No, it was those porn stars that were offering free blowjobs for whoever, for veterans coming back from
Yeah,
Iraq.
can we look that one up there, Jonesy? The free.
That was
free,
a real thing.
Yeah, the free blowies from the porn stars.
She says she'll donate $1 for every retweet. See, again, Twitter. Fucking bullshit.
He's about to lose his headset. It's so pissed
Of a
off.
photo of her holding a uniform on Twitter. She even went on to say she'll provide proof of the donations for transparency.
Ah. No, look, hey, come on, give it to her.
Hey, good for her.
Good for her. She did it for Veterans Day. That's a big thing. I know we missed it, and Rick's birthday. We didn't have an episode that week.
Once again, I'm merely just saying that donating money is all well and good, but there's a lot of guys out there that would really love a blowy.
Yeah. So before we get to blowy, did you find out how many is she the most liked? Do we know is that?
She is technically the most liked, but that's because she isn't just for porn content. She also does like fucking fitness shit.
Okay, so she grasps.
Well, with
both
abs
worlds
like
then.
that, I can see it.
Yeah, she did. I don't like too much abs on a chick. I
Is
don't know.
she doing like cooking shows too?
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
She could fuck you instead of you fucking her.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, OG, take that picture down real quick.
So
this is
Oh.
the 9th Veterans Day party free blowjobs. When was this?
Veterans Day this year.
No, this what? Wait, they do this every year?
It's annual, but dude.
Where? Whoa, why do we? USO. We gotta start talking.
It's at the Sausage Castle.
where the hell is this? What the fuck?
It also
How am I
said
just hearing
9th
about this?
annual. They've been doing this since 2013.
How am I just hearing about this?
I don't know how you didn't hear about this before. I knew about this when I was in. This was like the golden ticket.
The fuck? Where? So is it the same place every year, or are they going
It's
around?
the same place every year.
And where is this sausage fucking cabin or
Sausage
whatever?
Castle? I'll look it up in a minute. But like,
So this guy who runs the Sausage Castle, I know a little bit about this.
yeah.
He's a giant black dude. Like he's big, fat, just ginormous, right?
Yeah.
Like disgustingly fat, right? And he owns this mansion called the Sausage Castle, and he's associated with the Insane Clown Posse, and so he has like a bunch of juggalos and shit hanging out there, and it's all a bunch of like trailer trash strippers and shit like that pretty much hang out there all the time.
So, all right,
It's
so
in Florida.
Field trip?
It's in Florida. It's in Florida.
It's in Florida.
Field trip?
You want my? You want a 214 or my AD? So where in Florida is that?
Oskaloosa
Oskaloosa. That's isn't that in the middle?
or Ostatula. I'm sorry.
Oskaloosa. Where the fuck is that? Where in the state is that?
I
I need a direct address.
I'm gonna bet south
the
of
middle,
Georgia.
right?
Oh
No.
wow, it's actually just northwest of Orlando. Holy shit!
Go to
Wait,
Disney.
wait. Holy fuck!
Fun for children and adults.
We tell the wife, hey, we're going for Veterans. Let's go to Disney World for Veterans Day. I'll be right back. All right, I forgot something in the room. Oh, this line's taking too long. Is there a fast pass? How do I get to the front?
You know what? I need to find out how far.
Dude, that's insane. You
49 minutes.
Look at that Sausage Castle. It's right there.
Oh my god! So you just give out free blowies? Like what's the prereq? Just 214 your ID card or anything?
Probably 214 ID card and like.
I don't think they're checking, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, please. I want to see the rules on this. I'm very curious about this.
Only 42 miles.
No, I know. Go back. Give me some more. Give me some more info.
It's even shorter if you got a fucking jet ski, it seems like.
Yeah, no, shit. I need more info on this. This is insane. I can't believe I've never heard of this. Like I heard Blows for Joe's. Pete's always talking about it.
Yeah, but there was actual porn stars that did it during the war.
Oh my god! I mean, so is it porn stars now, or is it just regular
Well, no,
chicks?
these are trailer trash strippers.
Good enough. Whatever.
They
It's
still
free
apparently
though.
had some touring porn stars though.
Okay, but
Okay.
so it's a free blowy.
Like who? Does it say who?
Like no questions asked blowy.
Jenny Jizz? I don't know who the fuck that is.
Jenny Jizz.
I've never jerked off to her.
That sounds great. Jenny
She hot?
Jizz.
Yeah,
She
pull
better
her
be
up.
with a name like that. I mean, that's a bold statement.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me see if I can enhance.
You got pictures?
Of the girl? No, but I do
There's a
see
bus,
her
though.
and I do see the handle
Oh,
on
look,
the
they're on
bus.
Snapchat.
They got a bus.
Enhance.
And it's us
Enhance.
when you do it.
Motherfucker, I can't do that on this.
It's all right. It's all right. All right. Just give me more details though. I want to know what the rules are to qualify to get it, or it's just every asshole. Because I mean, even if I wasn't in, I'd be printing out a fucking fake. And how many times do you get one? Is it just one per customer, or
Is this like Applebee's where you can just like go back and forth?
yeah? And is there like,
Yeah.
It's like, look, I got one from her. I want one from her.
do you get like a swag bag?
This
too
will
with
be
it?
OG when he gets there.
I gotta get back to Disney really quick. Fuck, this line's long. Okay, all right. What do we got there? That didn't look too bad.
Huh?
The one on the right didn't look too bad there. Okay. So they have like,
It looks grimy.
whatever. It's
Oh yeah,
It's a strip
guaranteed.
club in
It's
Florida.
guaranteed to just be either DD214 or your cat card.
Oh my god.
Look at this motherfucker.
Yeah. No, Air Force.
He definitely got syphilis just from like sitting there.
Yeah.
She was liking it too. Oh, that's crazy. All right, dude. That's
I
fucking
could just
insane.
see her mouth being open through the mask.
I could do a whole show just on this. Oh, wow.
Next
That's great.
episode
We should go for the show. For the show, you know.
for the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's support the troops. Support the troops. Oh my
Hey,
god.
Tammy Sue,
My wife would love that.
we gotta do some field research.
Yeah. All right. Who wants the throwback? Anybody?
I can take it.
All right.
Oh, thank God.
I can't.
Throwback.
So
That
much
time,
work.
a pilot ejected just in time to watch his plane land itself.
Impressive.
He ejaculated.
Yes.
It's hard to imagine anything worse than being in a fighter jet that has decided to go spinning out of control, managing to eject to safely wound. Fuck. Managing to
Safely.
managing to eject to safety would seemingly guarantee you a badass story to tell at parties for the rest of your life, unless it turned out that A, the plane was actually going to be fine, and B, it managed to land itself perfectly without you.
It's very impressive.
This is like that episode of The Simpsons where he discovered like all semi trucks are like auto driven.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that
Yeah.
episode. Come on.
As if, in fact, the problem all along. As if, in fact, you were the problem all along. This happened to Captain Gary Faust during a test run back in 1970. Faust was flying his F-106 interceptor jet when the plane entered a seemingly unrecoverable spin. Upon realizing that the ground was spinning around the plane had been tossed into God's blender, Faust did the only sensible thing someone would do in that situation. He got the hell out of that jet.
The spin thing reminded me of Hot Shots.
Hot Shots. Get back here.
Just spinning. Go on.
After ejecting, he watched from his parachute, expecting to see the jet slam into the ground and go up like a meth lab.
That's ejaculating, by the way.
Go on.
Yeah. That is until one of his wingmen yelled over the radio, "Gary, you better get back in."
See, that's like Hot Shots. Get back in there. Where are you going?
Which, in Gary's defense, was a ridiculous thing to suggest. All he could do was stare in amazement as his jet successfully trolled the shit out of him, promptly recovered from the spin, and flew off without the pilot.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
How did it land by itself?
Well, yeah. It's
Well,
maybe we'll find out.
Transformers.
Maybe we'll just read.
Robots in disguise.
Faust's temperamental F-106 proceeded to fly itself in a straight line until it landed almost perfectly in a snowy cornfield below. When police on the ground finally caught up with it, they found the jet engines still running. The Air Force eventually, fearful of whatever demon had taken control of the plane, instructed the police to just sit and wait until it ran out of fuel rather than climb in an attempt to shut it off. When it finally did start to a stop, Air Force repaired the damage and put it right back into service because, in all fairness, the jet was a damn fine pilot.
That's fucking insane, though, right?
He's 6 months from retirement.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought it was dude. That's kind of crazy, though,
Didn't
right?
even land on a runway. How good of a jet can it be?
Hold on, we got more info on the blowjob thing.
Yeah.
He's digging deep in there. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, so you would just in order to get in, all you need is DD214 or CAT card, and you RSVP at MikeBusey.com/veterans.
So we should
Oh,
do that
yeah,
next
that's
year.
the dude's name, Mike Busey.
And like, honestly, I'm gonna pull this up because it's honestly hilarious.
Pull up,
blowjobs.
pull up owner of the Sausage Castle.
I'll bring it up in a minute, but this part fucking sent me. What is this? Was it say? Please bring neatly groomed genitals.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. I'm
And,
already ahead
and
of
also,
yeah.
his quote could not be more true. Thanking vets for their service is nice, but getting their dick sucked is even better.
Wow. Want to join?
There's a stripper showdown?
What did he just do?
I don't know,
did he
keeps
break it?
bumping into shit all over the place.
Stop touching stuff. Sam is so fucked up right now.
Okay.
Tired, all right?
Oh yeah, that's so crazy though. All right, set up the whole staff. Let's see if we get a booth. Let's get a Semper Hooah booth going out there, and we'll
How
get
much
it
would
off.
it cost for us to set that up at the Sausage Castle?
I mean, we're gonna.
Well,
have to,
since we're veterans.
Oh God, it's
Yeah.
it's 2020 Tiger King.
yeah, wow.
What?
he's-
oh my God, I love this man.
Hey, I'm not gonna make fun of this guy at all. I think this guy is amazing. Thank you, Mr. Busey, for
You're a
supporting
great
the troops.
American.
You're a fine
I
American.
think we should get a booth.
And
though.
look at that grill. You could totally tell.
Let's get in contact with them. We'll get a booth going down there. We'll do a show from that. You know, I think it'd be
Yeah.
next.
He's got a podcast too.
Fuck. All right.
Oh my God.
We're gonna start talking. I'm gonna hit him up.
Hold on,
we
hold
gotta
on.
we gotta
Maybe
talk.
get some of
Do
those
we want to
strippers
see
on the
Busey
show.
beauties?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Make
do.
sure it's clean, so you know, I don't want to blur shit out later. Preview.
I don't
some
think
of-
you're gonna complain.
Yeah. Well, I want to make sure there's nothing that we got fucked on YouTube
Oh,
for.
hey.
No, everything's looked good so far.
Yeah,
It says, oh yeah. Oh. Okay. Really? This is what you're getting when you get there?
Yeah, there's a tank apparently.
Bullshit, you don't get
Flamethrower.
any-
Guy's my hero.
Oh wait,
How
what
do
the
you know?
fuck? That
I
was
look like a
SVG.
paladin.
That was.
There's some like live shots from the partying over there, so that looks like.
I hope they call it Papa
No,
Paladin.
you're getting that. Look, this is what's happening there.
This guy's living my dream life.
Yeah.
He has a fucking carnival full of strippers out.
Yeah, dream life.
Fucking asshole. Oh, shotgun. They got guns there too. Nice.
Oh my
And
god,
flamethrowers.
Woo!
That's fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oh, and all these strippers.
MTV's part of it? What?
All these strippers look like Suicide Girls too. I'm all
MTV's
about
part
it.
of this shit too?
Of course they are. They did like a reality show with him.
Really?
How do you think I found out about it originally?
You watch MTV?
That was not.
No,
milk.
this was like 10 years ago.
I was gonna say he
Oh,
doesn't go on social media, but watches MTV.
It's our generation though.
Yeah.
Last time I watched MTV when I was locked up in Fort Knox. That's all we had.
Wait, you were locked up?
How does this dude have this much money? What did he do? Whose dick did he suck, or what?
I don't know, man. Yeah,
I don't care.
look at him some more. We got a satire.
I need to
coming
talk
up
to
here.
him.
I need to know his mission.
He's like the real Dan Blazarian.
All right. Only people that are currently in are going to get the satire, probably, for the most part, because it's fucking ridiculous. All right, who wants the satire?
Well, it should be someone who's currently in the reading.
All
it.
right,
When
yeah,
you say,
I guess I'll do it. All right, best military satire of the week. DOD repeated password prompts solely to make you squirm. Pin me, baby, one more time. All right, so just a heads up, dude. This is something that happens all the time. You have to enter. You put your CAC card in. That's your ID card.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to enter your PIN like a million fucking times. Like everything you do, just like you keep hitting that fucking PIN. That's why I made mine 1 2 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. But whatever. Ooh, I gave that out. Anyway, all right. So the Defense Information Systems Agency, or DISA, has revealed that military users don't actually have to enter their common access card PIN so many times while using their computers.
oh, that's what CAC stands for.
But the policy is in place merely because they love to watch you squirm. Believe it or not, there's actually no practical reason to enter your PIN every 3 minutes and every time you send an email, open a window, close a window, or think about windows. DISA Director General Robert J. Skinner said, but man, it's fun to watch you suffer. They need to constantly... The need to constantly enter one's PIN has plagued DoD computers for years, but this is the first time DISA has publicly admitted that the policy has been solely because they hate you and want to and want you to be hurt. We always wanted a solution that was simple yet that's a tough
Ubiquitous.
word. Thank you. So, all right.
Oh,
Good
there
job
it is.
From infantry, you got that one. All right. Something that would cause your blood to simmer throughout the entirety of your career while never rising quite to the level where you're willing to do something to change it, said DISA Chief Frustration Engineer Dave Combs. At first, we tried 14 and 15 factor authentications. Turns out there's way more demoralizing just to do the same factor over and over and over again. Fucking A. DISA officials said they will soon be revitalizing the help desk for CAC-related issues. The new system will never actually respond to your request or answer your phone calls and will instead send you through a fine infinite loop of support tickets and robocallers from which you will emerge defeated and dead inside. If you have a problem with it, well, we don't really give a shit, Skinner said. In conjunction with the announcement, the Pentagon is also doing changes where they'll issue new CACs. Here we go. From here on out, the only functioning Deers facility in the United States will be located in Juneau, Alaska. It's only accessible by ship or seaplane 7 months out of the year, Skinner said. Hope you packed your parkas, fuckers. At the press time, DISA announced that they would have released the update sooner, but their CACs had become blocked, and they needed to wait 6 months to get their appointment to get them unblocked. No, I'm telling you, it's such a fucking nightmare dealing with this shit. I actually had this issue where, like, I couldn't get into my fucking my DoD email, and it sent me into DISA's back door. Where and I know I'm a commo guy, so I should have some access.
Who's
to stuff.
DISA?
The Department of what's it again? Jesus.
Is she nice?
Is she nice? Yeah, real fucking cunt. I was like so weird.
She seems pretty nice. She lets you in
I
the
remember
back
I'm
door.
like telling Jonesy, like, I was just trying to get in my email, and all of a sudden I like access to all the fucking like everyone DoD's like user accounts. I'm like, I could have a little fun with this.
I was telling him we should have deleted just some generals.
I was trying actually to delete our lieutenants, but man,
You should have deleted the Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's.
I don't think she had one. Actually, I was looking up like something. I was like, let me see if I can find Biden's on here. But it's all DoD ones. It wasn't like
That
the
man,
dumb ones.
I don't even think that man realizes he has an email.
Oh yeah. All right, hey, we got a POG Pro, man. It's that time for a show. POG Pro, and it's you, Sami, because it's a Marine.
Network.
Come on, bud. Focus. You got this.
Focusing.
Crisp.
Marine Corporal Robert Farmer.
You know, if you look at him, doesn't look like a. There, go on.
Yeah, he doesn't look like
I think he's Hispanic, and his farmer's like,
He doesn't look like he farms bobs.
By the way, he's still looking up the blowjob thing.
Priorities of work.
All right, go on.
Where's
POG
his
Pro.
hands at? Where's his hands?
Yeah, where's the left hand?
You're welcome, by the way. A Marine received the Navy Marine Corps Medal, the highest non-combat award for heroism, for saving the life of a woman who had been swept off a cliff in Hawaii.
I think this is happening a lot.
Corporal Robert Farmer, a small arms repair technician, armorer, stationed at Marine Corps Base Hawaii, was spending his Labor Day at the China Walls Cliffs, a popular destination in Oahu, when he saw a huge wave sweep a woman off the side of the cliff, according to the Indo-Pacific Command press release. What the fuck was she doing on the side of the cliff to begin with?
People are idiots.
Yep. I thought she was stuck on the rocks at the base of the cliff. She wasn't there, said Farmer in the release.
She's not anymore.
When I spotted her stuck on the coral, I thought to myself, all right, I need to get there. There was a huge swell. Conditions were rough, but I had to help, so I jumped.
Marine. I like it.
Yep. He's like, sausage castle awaits me. Farmer swam through the strong waves to reach the woman and pull her to the base
all
of
up.
according to Indo-Pac,
Jones is killing me with this right now.
Bro,
company trip.
he has a little track there for, like, if he wants to do fucking go-karts or some shit.
Well,
just
he's
for
clearly
himself.
not running on it. We saw pictures of it.
Come on, the POG Pro. Come on.
This is going to be our next POG Pro.
Yeah, civilian pro. Farmer swam through the strong waves to reach the woman and pull her to the base of the cliff, according to the Indo-Pac release, with the help of a surfer. He carried the woman to the top of the hillside.
Oh, God, I could smell that from here.
You're welcome.
What is that? Is that
Star-
breakfast?
Yeah, it's
Starbucks.
breakfast.
Jesus Christ.
Breakfast sausage.
All right.
There, another Marine, Lance Corporal Elizabeth Prevette of the 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion, stepped in to administer first aid, according to the Indo-Pac release. Farmer worked with paramedics to check the woman he had saved for injuries. The woman survived.
That's good.
Yeah. On November 2nd, Colonel Jonathan Sims, commanding officer of the 12th Marine Regiment, presented Farmer with the Navy Marine Corps Medal. The medal is awarded to Marines and sailors who demonstrate heroism while not in a combat with the enemy. Not in a combat.
Yeah. Not in combat. Yeah, not combat.
Service members who save others' lives can earn the medal by risking their own lives.
Oh,
yes.
is it in the Bible?
Now, more about the sausage castle.
Yeah.
So they got a sexy Santa Christmas party.
Oh, go on.
Tell me
Wait,
more
wait,
about
wait.
this New Year's Eve party.
Yeah, wait, what's it do for like the vets though? Like,
Oh, for Veterans Day? Like,
no. I mean, like more.
No, but-
the sexy party. Do vets get a special on this? Like, is there more
No,
glowies?
so really the vets thing is just for the Veterans Day party. That said, it's only $33 a month to be a membership at the Sausage Castle.
Also, I'm liking this free blowjob thing, but are there paid upgrades?
That's a grand question. I'm not sure if I can answer that, though.
I saw Adventureland. What's Adventureland?
There's got to be. Go to the FAQ.
Go to the fact.
I feel like I'm not the only one that's had this question before.
Yeah.
For our 60 plus crowd,
Kate.
FAQ is frequently asked
Casting?
questions. Sorry,
There's a
George.
store? Oh, rentals. What do we got?
Oh, we can
Rentals.
rent a stripper?
Is it more
Well,
like
you could do that anyway.
Yeah.
Is like the titty thing and blowjobs and all that stuff all the time, or is it just like a fun park with like?
I think that's probably all the time.
Okay.
Th-
right.
This is why I don't live in Florida. I'd be there at least once a week.
It's like by Orlando too, so it's just like the whole like entertainment thing. I
Oh
love
my
it.
God, the
Yeah, that's for the fucking
hospitality.
rentals, not the stay-on store.
Anyway,
I'll get some
Wait,
scumbags.
stay with us. You can stay in
Hey,
the
wait,
Sausage
really
Castle?
fast, really
what?
fast.
You could
before we
stay
go
there?
I'm trying to find out.
Do you get
Before we-
room service?
I don't know. I'm just trying to see if you get room
Screw that. Do you
service.
get food in the room?
I wouldn't. I don't want to trust that. That's sketch.
All right, before we go
Strip
there,
club buffets are the best buffets.
Marine commercials,
Yeah.
they suck now.
No, you said the last one. Yeah, we covered it. I think
but they don't say anymore that the best saying ever. The
Well,
few, the
I
proud.
thought they did it in the last
Stop,
one, didn't they?
I don't think they did.
Take it all away now.
It all went downhill when they took out the dragons.
It's
Yeah.
they say something else now.
Well, because none of us are proud. We don't get to fight the lava
The new one is
monster.
like,
Yeah.
please join. We're all hurting. No, actually, the only ones that did well.
Okay, so here's the prices.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh,
Fan
let's
back
see.
Do
to
you,
that.
do you want me to blow it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, but I can't scroll up because there's actively titty available.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, scroll up then.
We can't. We'll get. I'm not blurring shit
Demonetize.
out
Fuck cares about YouTube? Fuck them.
because then nobody can listen to this show because it'll be blocked out.
We're on every podcast platform.
That is true.
Y'all
But
can't see
people like
that
to
one.
watch then.
Y'all don't see that one.
Okay.
This is legal.
Huh?
This is legal.
Of course, it's fucking
What's
legal.
a
It's
titty
Florida. What the fuck law do
you
you
live
have?
there.
You're
live
not
there.
paying if you're not paying for the blowjob, it's not prostitution.
That part.
So they're paying for the room. They're
That's
paying
it.
for the
Where's-
experience.
Well, the listed
No, I'm
as
pretty sure you get the
escorts?
blowjob on the floor in front of everybody. What else would it be? Like?
Barrack style.
Yeah.
Open
But
bay.
I already
Love it.
know where OG's gonna stay.
Yeah.
There's a poolside cabana.
All right. You know me, my cabanas. Love them.
What are we looking at as far as rates here?
So poolside cabana, $200 a night. Honestly,
Ooh.
not even bad.
That's a
Gonna
really
have to
good
blur
deal.
it.
But do you get a girl with it?
How much titties there? Are you showing tit right now?
Yep.
God
Yeah.
damn
Gonna
it.
have to blur it.
Does it?
All the post production.
Are there packages with it? Yeah. Who gives a shit about the ATV and the guns? I mean, I care about the guns, but
Well, is it a moped? Or mini
It's not a moped. It's a mini bike.
Mini bike. Yay, mini
Hey.
bikes. Wait, is that an inflatable? What go up? What's that little boat thingy?
What, this?
No, is that a paddle boat
yeah.
Yeah, it's a paddle
with
boat.
a little canopy?
Yeah.
I've never seen one with a canopy before.
He's,
When you're drinking, you want to get a little shade.
We already know that you want the golf cart.
Yeah, fuck yeah. How much is that? How much is golf? cart?
300.
Yeah, because you want to go all around.
Careful.
300 for the
What-
weekend.
Like you scroll down to the titties and the dick.
Oh, Jesus
And there's
Christ. I gotta blur
memorabilia.
all this out.
Hold on. Go down. What is this?
If
What
I'm
what
gonna
is
do
this?
it, I'm gonna blur it all out.
What is this
anyway.
at the bottom? What is that?
Exclusive members only access for $33 a month.
You just did. Yeah. I have to blur out so much shit now.
Wait, go back to that. Put that back up.
Do you know how hungover I am when I have to do all this stuff? Like, I'm gonna probably miss something.
Welcome to my world.
Just make
Hey,
Jonesy
plausible
do it since he
deniability.
was-
You
yeah.
don't know what's there. You don't know what's going on there.
Fucking A. All right. This comes from scumbags. See, we'll go back to the. This might be the smoke pit. The whole thing. Even
Does the Sausage Castle have affiliates in all states?
No, I don't think they do. But I mean, maybe we can become the first.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy. All right, scumbag.
A lot of juggalos, though. Yeah.
Who's a
Right?
Jesus. All right,
Told you. It's like
we're not getting off this, are we? We're fucking hooked on this one.
you're welcome.
Well, we can keep going back. It's fine. Let's just carry on a couple things.
Honestly, this could be a weekly segment.
This week in Sausage Castle.
yeah, we found out some more shit. Really gotta get in touch with these guys. All right, first scumbag. Who wants it? Anybody?
I got it.
Fucking Teddy back there's awfully quiet.
Yep. Quietly watching.
Just jerking off in the corner.
Scumbag specialist Jalen D. Tomas.
Tomas. The name is Tomas. All right.
Yeah. 21-year-old Fort Riley soldier is facing a murder charge in the stabbing death of another soldier in an Army base in Kansas, according to Army court documents by local police. That's Kansas, not Arkansas. Specialist Jalen D. Thomas was charged with the murder, manslaughter, assault, and domestic violence in connection with the death of Sergeant Stacy Subuta.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Subotich?
Sabotic.
Spotic?
Subotic? Yeah, that makes sense. That
Yeah.
tracks.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
tracks. Age 30. She died August 6th at Junction City, a town about 5 miles from Fort Riley. Subotic, who was from Georgetown, Texas, enlisted in November 2017 and had been assigned to Fort Riley since May 2019, said Lieutenant Colonel Alex Tignor, spokesman for the 1st Infantry Division at Fort Riley.
Before you go on, this humor reminds me of, has anybody seen what's going on Netflix? They got the I Am, what's her name, Gillen, the poor girl that got like fucking murdered at Fort Hood, the private.
Julian.
Julian, what's your last name again? Vanessa Julian, that's it. They got a whole Netflix thing on it. Dude, Fort Hood, like I know Fort Hood's bad. Holy fuck. That place is fucking horrible. It's
What's Fort Hood?
all right. Anyway, go on.
Thomas also is charged with assault for stabbing a man in the leg, which caused a deep cut. No shit. According to Army court records, in addition, Thomas is charged with Domestic violence for hitting a third victim in the face with his hand. Slap. The third victim is a woman. No shit. With whom he had an intimate relation. According to the court documents. The names of all victims were redacted and the court documents. But Subotic was identified by Junction City Police Department. Continued on the next page. Thomas entered a guilty plea during his arraignment hearing for Colonel Stephen Hendricks. A judge in the 3rd Judicial Circuit, according to the Army's online court records. However, the records do not show whether he pleaded guilty to all or only some of the charges.
Teddy, give me the guilty on that. Thank you. He pleaded.
Yep, piece of shit.
Dude.
Period. Continue on next page.
You could see that on the other part of the screen. Can you pull the nipple down? Fuck. You're keeping me busy.
Whoa. Go back.
No more goddamn.
Why are you the only one that gets to see this shit?
I just saw it. I'm like, what the?
We're changing seats next show.
You know, it shows up actually on that screen there, too.
Yeah, but it's tiny.
Fix your eye. Fucking A.
Bring that back.
No. Note down every on the time when I got to do all this because Jesus Christ, you're leaving nipples up on the screen.
Really? Bring that back.
11. It's at 1 hour and 10 minutes.
All right, great. Yeah, I'll remember that tomorrow when I'm fucking.
Bring that back.
Anyway, all right.
Yep.
Next one up. Oh, we got another scumbag here.
Oh, I can take it.
Yeah, there you go. This is a sad one.
Scumbag number 2, DoD contractor Artie Taylor. An ex-military contractor pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter for accidentally killing an Air Force doctor 2 years ago with a forklift at
That's a shit way to go.
Yeah, at Al Dafra
Those
Air
things
Base
don't move that
in the United Arab Emirates. Ari Taylor, 32, was distracted on his cell phone while operating a forklift when he struck and killed Captain Kellyanne Lely in November of 2020, according to the Department of Justice news release.
It kind of reminds me of was it Steamroller one? What the fuck am I thinking? What movie was
Deadpool?
No. The comedy.
Deadpool wasn't a comedy?
No, from the 90s. Fuck, what's his name? Austin Powers. Remember the Steamroller? No, stop. Stop. And it's like 30 feet away. Get out of the way.
No. I was thinking of the Zamboni.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome, too. I still feel bad. This is a horrible story. Anyway, go on.
According to court documents, an investigation found that Taylor, a civilian military contractor from North Carolina who was employed by Vectrus Systems Corporation, had almost 9 seconds to prevent the collision.
That's bad PR for them.
Yep. Although Lully was 50 feet away, Taylor did not take any measures to avoid hitting her as he drove through the busy area of the airbase. Well, yeah, because he was on his fucking phone.
Actually, you've been turned around. You never know if you know.
I've texted while driving and didn't crash.
Yeah. An expert found that the forklift's braking system were in proper working order and that it would have taken Taylor less than 1 second to apply the brakes, and that the forklift would have come to a stop within 6 feet. Court documents said the contractor reportedly ran into the nearby medical clinic for assistance, and realizing what had happened, continue the next page.
God damn you assholes.
Taylor pleaded guilty to 1 count of involuntary manslaughter and is scheduled to be sentenced by the U.S. District Court for the Middle District of North Carolina on April 23rd, 2023. The ex-contractor would have faced up to 8 years in prison, but according to his plea agreement, a sentence of up to 1 year is now being recommended.
So, as far as the continued on the next page thing, we're just showing our respect for the commander-in-chief of this United States military.
You want to give me guilty? Yeah, he pleaded guilty, so yeah, there he is.
Repeat line.
Repeat line.
I love how, because the Justice Department got him to say, yes, I did do that. He now only gets 1 year for killing an Air Force captain.
I mean, I know it's a stupid accident.
Why do they even offer plea agreements for shit like this?
Well, I mean, because it's not,
these prosecutors have way too much of a caseload. They always try to take the easy way out.
I know it's an accident, it's a stupid thing that you're not paying attention, which is really just a dumb person on a phone operating some equipment, which is dangerous. Like, he's a moron. He deserves the.
Fine, then don't bring him up on criminal charges. Just bring him up on negligent civilian charges and let him get sued.
No, he's a little time. He killed a fucking woman for.
Yeah, let her family sue the fuck out of him.
It's not like manslaughter when somebody like runs across the street.
No, sue him into poverty where he has to work until he dies.
Okay, that's actually not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Why tie up the legal system for like a criminal case when it was clearly not intentional?
Right. It's still all right. I like the sue till you die thing. It's thoughts there, Kyle? You're awfully quiet lately.
No. I have no idea like what any of that meant, so I'm just
What do you
listening.
mean? You don't know like basics?
Man was on a military base in
No.
UAE.
So when
he
you
was on his
sue
phone.
someone,
No. So he was on his phone and was in a forklift.
Mhm.
He ran someone over.
That's
hey,
it. All right.
But
Mm.
what struggles for me though is that it says I have to go back
Yeah.
page.
Okay.
It says here that it's gone from 8 years to
1
one.
year. Yeah.
yeah,
Ho-
That's a good plea deal.
it's really
That's a great lawyer.
Yeah, it's a great lawyer.
It's a good plea. It's a good
If
plea
I win
deal.
the
but-
lottery, that's the lawyer I
But
want.
basically, why even bother with the plea deal if you're not even really going to give him the real jail time? You're not even giving him 50% of the sentence. Why? Even
Right.
bother?
It's a little weird. Like,
Why even bother?
Also, have you guys also found that a lot of like I guess sentences always happen in April? Is there a reason it's always April?
It's spring. You know, it's warm.
Yeah.
It's,
People-
everyone wants to just
They-
get
Lawyers come out of their hibernation.
yeah, exactly.
For
It's like,
April, it's usually because prosecutors and judges go on recess and do not come back during the winter period.
Well, he knows.
I'm
that.
sorry, if I'm fucking paying them out of my tax dollars, you're working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why the DMV should be open 7 days a week, fuckers.
Thank you for paying your tax
think when I
dollars.
said
It
I
took
went
a lot of
I
fun
went to
trips
one
to
on Friday
Canada.
in Florida.
Oh, this is actually good. This is good.
So this is crazy. So I go there, right? And thanks. And so I walk in. Luckily, I got in right at 9 o'clock. I had a scheduled appointment. I sit down. We're sitting there chatting. Very nice woman too. I was surprised. And so she goes, "Oh, do you want to register to vote too?" I go, "Yeah, that's no problem. I would love to." But I already voted in the state of Florida 3 weeks ago. She goes, "How?" I go, "Well, I just walked in and signed a paper and I scanned my ID and I did it." And she goes, "That's illegal." I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "That's illegal to have done that. Like, how did that happen?" I go, I don't know. I voted.
I mean, I don't know how that could have happened. Democrats.
No. But it's keep going though with it.
I mean, and then, well, I mean, what else? I mean, she also brought up the point too.
She said whose fault it was, right?
Oh, she said it was their fault. Like it was, like they can't let that
Also,
happen.
a little bit of your fault too. I
Yeah,
think that's
she-
how that
okay,
works.
But
Yes,
he
yes, I
can
didn't
just
want
claim ignorance.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's true.
I didn't
Yeah.
know. And then she also gave me,
Arizona State.
and then she, what she did, she also gave me a little a thing. You know how they call it the numbers at the DMV?
Yeah.
So she said, as long as you have the correct, like the letter for each one, because each letter has like something to do with like what you're doing. As long as you have that and you wait 2 minutes, and then that next minute goes by and no one goes over there, just walk over there and be like really quick flash and be like, "Yeah, all right, we'll take you."
Right, nice little trick.
Yep.
That's not bad. Yeah, it was like, well, she said like if they call the name twice or some shit.
Yeah,
and
they'll
always
call
put a
it
number or
twice,
whatever.
and within 2 minutes they'll call the number twice, and then if after those 2 minutes they give one more minute to like just in case the person's taking a shit or something, and then you go over there in that minute, and you go, "Yeah, G."
Yeah.
And
Well,
she said most of the time we
tricks
don't
of
even
trade.
want to see the number either. We don't even care. We just guess that
are you wearing your
came here on
DMV
purpose.
Draft Dodger shirt under there?
I am. I think. Yes.
I slept in it last night.
I did not. It was just the first thing I grabbed this morning.
Thank you for that information from the DMV, Kyle. That's very nice.
Yeah. Hey, really fast too. If you guys like to see the shirt, it's a great shirt. Nooners from Barstool.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
we lose, we booze.
Hell yeah. Bring up that sausage castle thing.
Let's get back to the pussy. And how much blurring we have to do later on. God damn it. The whole show's going to be a blob. I'm going to make it easy. I'm just going to block out the whole fucking screen.
Just put a picture of Sam's face in it.
Oh, well,
I'm struggling right now.
I know. Let's get a close up of Sam. That's rough. That's a
Need
rough
to
angle.
Just give him an adrenaline shot.
All right. Before we get into our military movie review, it's time for our military movie Visa cash giveaway winner. So the line from, I forgot what the fucking episode it was. We did it because it's been so long. Here's the line from the movie. Now I want you to remember that no bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die for his country. The movie was Patton.
Rommel.
Patton, 1970. Great fucking flick. We got to cover that one time. And the winner for the $1,000 Visa gift card is a female, Deborah T.
Our second female listener.
Yeah, one of two that we have.
Thanks, Mom.
No, we actually have like a 12% base. 12%. No, 18%. Sorry, we went up to 18% female.
Yeah, it's still two females.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Congrats to you, Deborah. You're getting $1,000 or Visa gift card. Sorry. Anyway, all right. now it's time for our military movie review. And who picked this one? Was it Jonesy? No.
Yep.
It was,
Yeah.
was it Jonesy?
Yeah, it was Jonesy.
I
It
thought
was
Clancy.
Jonesy. No, he picked the last one. Jesus Christ, Sam. You're a hot fucking mess, dude.
I only got like 2 hours of sleep.
It's like a fucking fat version of Ari Shafir. Oh,
God damn.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, that's Jesus! What a disgusting human being. All right, the oh my God!
It's a good thing you got a sink to puke into.
Thank God nobody could fucking smell that. That's listening. Good.
Do you want to
I
come
brought
join me in the
that up
combat
from-
closet, OG?
I brought that up
Hey.
from deep down. Oh, you're gonna get a whiff of it.
Pass
soon.
me that fucking Pro-Mask, dude. Yeah, shit. All right. The movie was All Quiet on the Western Front. Oh, Jesus. This is the 2022 version that was on Netflix. The remake. What year was the original out? Like really a long time ago.
I want to say like 50s or 60s.
I thought it was even earlier than that. I thought it was
Yeah.
fucking.
I think it was 40s actually.
The book.
1930.
Yeah, so 1930 was the
Yeah.
original. I mean, when did the book come out?
Like, I'm assuming,
1929.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like right after the war, basically.
All right, a young
About
German
10 years, but
Yeah, it's right after the war in those days.
A young German soldier's terrifying experience and distress on the Western Front during World War One. So I'm liking that, they're making these World War One movies.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you here. I'm going to name all these names. No, I'm not going to skip it. I'm going to skip the only one that is known because this is all like some weird foreigner fuckers. The only one that
Yeah.
anyone would know would be Daniel Brühl, who plays Matthias Esberg. He was like in a lot of the Marvel shit. He plays the bad guy in.
He was Baron Zemo in
Zemo, yeah.
in Age of Ultron. He was
oh yeah,
Yeah, also in the Captain America show, or not the new Captain. What's his name?
Falcon and the Winter
Falcon.
Soldier.
never
show.
saw any of that shit because it was too woke.
Look at that stash on Albert.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a nice stash on that.
Albrecht Schuh.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. That's the only big actor. Anyway, so we got some notes on it. So who watched first of all the dub version versus subtitles one?
I did the dubbed version because I have other shit to do with my life, so I need to hear it.
Plus, I like watching the action. What'd
So
you do?
I did the sub. So I originally did the subtitles, and then he told me it was dubbed. So I tried doing the dubbed, and then I didn't like it, so I went back to it, and it was actually pretty good with the subtitles.
Honestly, the dubs only really like screwed up a little bit during like the slower periods.
Yeah, because right when the action's going on, you're not paying attention
Yeah,
to
you
any
don't
lips
really
moving.
notice.
Because you're watching all the fucking action. Jonesy, did you watch?
So I watched it in both. I watched the
Of course
dub
you-
first,
And then I watched it.
then
That's
I
actually
watched it
gonna
in
do
the
it.
sub.
All right,
Just
back to the
because-
sausage castle.
Wait, save it
But
for later.
honestly, I'm going to say the sub is significantly better than the dub. Yeah, sure, voice or the freaking lip sync is off on a few places, but like, it's a book written by a German World War I veteran.
All right, so Teddy, which one did you watch?
I watched the sub.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Simon, let's get your notes on this one, and then we'll get into our ratings on it.
I found the cinematography of this whole movie to be very well done, and just the way they captured a lot of just kind of like the general feeling of what the war was probably like was pretty spot on. So I found like the opening scene to be very compelling, in the forest, and then pans out and all the dead bodies and shell craters and all that stuff was pretty.
There was also
On point.
the opening. speaking of that-
Industrialized warfare.
Yep.
Yeah, I was talking to Jones about this at work the other day. I was like, dude, this is fucking. I thought that was a great scene.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of shocking.
Mm-hmm.
It fucking kind of blows your mind. Like you're watching.
Well, the whole war just kind of erupted because like industrialization had like allowed militaries to really like beef up their stockpiles and stuff like that, and eventually
Yep.
got to a point where, every nation in Europe had these like technologically advanced armies for the time, and just made it really easy for everyone to say, "Hey, let's go to war and use them."
So the opening of the movie, which is described for people who haven't seen it here, it basically, the music behind it sounds actually pretty. It's dope. I like the fucking weird tones it's hitting. So you're watching soldiers coming out of the German soldiers coming off the trenches, going out fighting in the middle of no man's land, getting shot, killed, and after a battle is over, they're basically collected, dumped, they're stripped of all like their clothing, and it just gets all compiled. Like so, the whole part of it is like showing how the uniforms and weapons are taken from them, and then you're watching the process of how
it's all repaired.
Yeah, basically like being washed, resewn, and then reissued.
That was actually
is
that
so
was a
fucking
great
deep.
scene where the where he comes back up. He goes, "Oh, I think I got someone else's uniform." It's like, "Oh yeah, he was probably just too
Different
big.
size. Yeah, it takes rips the tag off. And
Rips the tag.
There's like 50 tags on the ground,
Yeah.
like around his foot. I'm like, at that point, why don't you just take him off? Anyway, but yeah, no, but that makes it
At
more
that point,
dramatic,
why
yeah.
label your uniforms?
Yeah.
Anyway, but you go on. It's a fucking great movie though. Keep going.
You know, there's not many World War I movies, and fewer still from the Kraut perspective. So,
Yeah.
like, that's also very refreshing. Also, there's not a whole lot of World War II movies
From a
from
Kraut.
the German perspective either. So,
There's a few. But yeah, this is so
Yeah,
yeah.
but
but
not
World War
many.
One. Now World War One though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is definitely. I just like how they're actually making World War One movies now.
Yeah.
Like it's becoming like 1917. This one's coming up. I know. We'll talk about you because I know it's not your bag here, especially that war too. Because I know you like war movies, Kyle. But I like that they're starting to do them now.
yeah, I'm waiting for the remake of Sergeant York.
Oh yeah. All right, keep going with this one though. Let's hear a little more.
I was actually not a fan of the music in this whole movie.
You didn't like the whole.
No.
I do agree with them on that.
Really, you guys didn't like that?
Yeah,
weird
I don't like the use of synth in something like this. Like
Well,
you
it
could
is
have done
German, so it makes sense. But like as far as the synth goes, welcome to Sprocket. Anyway,
Sprockets. Oh, only you and me are gonna get that. You know that. Right?
yeah, I know.
Sprockets.
I'm Dita. I wasn't really a fan. I feel like the music, although I understand what they were trying to convey with it, I don't feel like it really matched up with.
There was a couple scenes where, like in the beginning, the tones hit right. I thought it was
Some of it did, but like
there were parts though in the middle where you're like, that doesn't really work right where you're hitting that angle.
Yeah, I feel like
just added in
they
there.
could have done a little bit better job with that.
Yeah.
Personally, but
I think with the music, if they'd done like less synth, a lot more like brass band sort of stuff, it would have been better because like you can get
like
those, you can
more
get those-
full orchestral arrangements.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you could have gotten a lot of the tone by using like clips of Wagner or something like that. You know, like. But that's just me. It's probably personal opinion and also opinions of a few critics that I actually watch videos for about this. So seems
Is that where you're getting your notes from? You're not even watching the movies anymore. He's just like,
Nah, I just
Cliff note it.
I just phone it in like the person who writes the PowerPoint for this show.
Oh, really? Fuck, dude, you have no idea.
Bring up that sausage castle again.
Swear to God, I've seen no fucking dick or nipple.
Show 'em
We
more.
haven't seen a single dick. Calm down.
We did see a dick. There was a dick on there.
That was a dildo. There's a big difference.
I swear it was a dick. All right,
Right.
go on.
I thought it was like an excellent depiction of what forward deployed life was like both then and now.
Well, it shows the whole like excitement of going,
Yeah,
You know?
but also like just
nervousness, excitement.
nervousness, excitement, just the menial tasks in between, like combat and stuff like that. And just shows like how camaraderie actually gets built in the military.
And
They did
really
a very
quickly
good job
too.
of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You tend to. That's why like when people say like you can be friends with someone for 20 years, but you serve with them for 1 year, you're friends for life.
It's true.
That's kind of why, because you share in the suck. Also, I really enjoyed the fact that they really focused on the contrast between like the average soldier in the trenches versus like the generals and
Yes.
diplomats. Waging and planning the war. It was very stark contrast with the guys like basically starving, dealing with trench foot and all that stuff, and then you have these guys that are like living this lavish lifestyle in the rear in mansions and stuff like that.
That scene when they're pulling up to the front of the trucks is like,
Yeah.
"Need the truck for bodies."
Yep.
Men bring it back and forth, and everyone's like, "Oh, shit, it's real." They start seeing a little tent.
Yeah.
Yep.
They start seeing how real it is.
Yeah, they kind of ease it in.
Because they're so excited. They're so excited, right?
Yep, they ease them into it like a rubber gimp suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to point out with the leadership, that's something that the Krauts did a lot better. They were like, they told all the generals like, no, you're gonna get your ass to the front and see what the soldiers are dealing with, and like the French and the British, they're sitting in the chateaus.
Of course, because they're aristocrats and stuff. Whereas like the Germans were like,
no, the Germans were still aristocrats.
Oh, yeah, no.
yeah, but they were, but like you got to.
They were much lower level aristocrats.
Yeah.
So the
But-
Prussian and German class were made up of young hunters,
That's
which
what I
are
was
low level aristocrats. So they are they start at the lowest possible fucking level of an officer.
Also, the Prussians had that huge focus on military service.
Yes.
No matter what you were. from like the lowliest like peasant all the way up to like the richest landowner. Like military service was something that was highly prized and highly focused on. So like the Prussians had a very competent and professional soldiery going into the war, and also generals that actually wanted to bloody themselves.
Like
you
the
know?
Russians.
No.
The Russian aristocracy
No,
was
I'm
all
talking
kinds
about
of
current-
fucked up.
You,
Come on.
you have one good Russian.
I'm
general in
saying
that
current
conflict.
Russians.
Never.
Oh.
The Russians never had that.
I'm saying what the current Russian generals are doing and dying. Like
Well, they're
crazy.
getting ordered.
Well,
to
no,
the-
they're
Yeah,
having
I
to go
know.
up there because they don't want to empower their junior leaders.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
Whereas the Prussians
Yeah,
had no
let's-
problem with that because the Prussians
Back
had
in the movie,
great
back in the movie,
NCO
back in
corps.
Let's move on because we could just sit here and talk about World War One for the rest of the podcast.
Go on,
we're
go on.
going to.
And
And
all right. Also, crunchies.
oh my god. So yeah, I was talking to Tom about this. 'Cause I was like, because I was like, hey, there's
I
a
knew
scene
you were gonna
where
say that.
I mean, I was eating Taco Bell and I was watching that scene. I was like, oh shit. I'm like,
Was it a crunchy
So
taco?
That's where my
crunchy.
taco meat came from.
I was like, oh, dude. He's like, what scene was so gross? I'm like, I thought that one was kind of fucking.
It was the one where he's in the pit.
He thought it was the pit one.
And he had him in the
That was-
heart.
that
Then he
was-
sat there and he kept telling him to shut up.
That was a
And
real
then,
moment,
and then
though.
Then he put all that mud into his mouth
Oh, yeah.
to make him like stop.
That was a
and
really
then he tried
fucked up
saving
scene,
him.
by
That
the
was
way.
fucked up.
That was a really fucked
That was
up
more
scene.
fucked up than the crunchy scene.
The
where
crunchy scene was like, because I'm eating like a delicious like
Taco Bell burrito.
burrito. Well, no, I didn't have a burrito. I was actually
Crunch
having
Wrap Supreme?
Yeah, and all of a sudden like it happened. I was like, oh fuck. I'm like, oh, that looked. I'm like, it was awesome.
Yeah,
I
when
was
that
like, oh.
tank come down on the trench
Watching
and just
watching the dude pop as I'm
Yep.
like, is the sauce is exploding in my mouth. I was like, oh, I kind of just I was like, it ruined my meal a little
was it
bit.
Diablo sauce? Was it spicy?
I like Diablo. I'm a big Diablo fan. All right, go on.
Also, like, you know, they really didn't like showcase it so much, but you kind of see it in some of the negotiation scenes that this war literally destroyed every European empire.
Oh yeah, really fucked it up.
It started the decline of the British Empire. It started the decline. The French Empire was already on its way out, and then the Russians completely disintegrated,
So yeah, they're doing
and then the
the
Germans.
their treaty or their
the Versailles Treaty.
no,
Versailles.
not that, but even on the train. What was that? Because that wasn't a treaty. That was a the
Armistice.
Yeah, on the train, which is like so significant because in World War II, that's where Hitler had that.
That's
train-
where he made the French sign.
Yeah. On it. You know, brought it out of a museum and put it on there. So it's like a really big between both wars. It's so fucking crazy.
Well, Hitler did that because of the fact. So that armistice and that treaty and the terms that Germany was forced to accept is literally what laid the groundwork for the rise of the Nazis in
Right.
World War II, because it literally cut Germany's ability to rebuild an economy off at the knees.
Big time.
And not even just that, but they cut down German pride.
Yeah, but considerably, and it was so bad that Germans really didn't finish paying off reparations from World War II till the 90s.
They're still paying them off.
Yeah.
My grandfather
Or-
still gets a check every month for like $110. Yeah.
We threw your family in a concentration camp, but here you go.
He's like, I still get my check. It's good for you.
From Deutsche
I think he's just. I don't think he's ever spent any of that. I think he's just threw it in a bank account for the whole time.
Oh yeah, they still are paying it. Holy
Oh, yeah.
shit.
Fuck yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Anyway, back.
The total brutality of the war was also very upfront.
Oh,
in
dude,
this.
they-
They did not
Yeah.
pull any punches on this. Like, if you look at the original, it's not quite as
Well, it's
bloody.
19.
in
They
30s.
could really make it back
People
then.
They had to
Gentlemen.
glamorize it somehow.
People
So
had
back to that
generally-
crunchy scene though, it's right the same scene where that fucking the side gunner in the tank was blown away. That's another good scene where
Yeah.
shit's popping off like nuts.
Yeah,
too.
where they're shoving grenades in the tank and then
So-
mowing people down.
But
when
even
they-
though like when the tank goes into the trench and then all of a sudden you see the machine gun go off the side and like blowing everybody inside
Yep.
the trench, I was like, oh fuck, the action was when the action happened. it
flamethrowers,
happened, right?
all that stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
when they come across that
gas.
building with the 60
Yeah, the
recruits in there, and they're like, "Oh, they took their masks off
left
too
too
early."
early,
and
yeah,
they're
the
all-
whole gas
everyone's-
aspect.
Yeah, that's brutal shit right there. And then honestly, towards the end, them showcasing like the dumb ass fucking Prussian generals after the armistice got signed, because this actually happened. Once the armistice got signed, there were still like Germans, like they're still ordering them over the top until 11 o'clock.
Which I never got like the whole like, oh, make it 11 o'clock the next day. I'm like, why don't you make it right away? Like,
That was the Entente just being complete dickweeds.
I know it's like just end it. Like,
Yeah.
let's wait till tomorrow at 11. We'll call it then. Like,
And
why
like,
don't you just?
It wasn't just the Germans that were trying to get those last minute pushes in.
Yeah,
the
I
British
know.
and French and actually American leadership wasted thousands of lives over
Yeah.
fucking nothing.
Well, the Americans I kind of get because we came in late.
Yeah. Also, I love how they showed the Prussian generals doing that because the Kriegsmarine, they tried to do the admirals for the Kriegsmarine. They tried to do that, and literally they had a complete and utter mutiny because we're not going to go out on a ride of death, get killed by the British Navy when in 2 hours I'm going to be a free man again. Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Crazy.
the depiction for the German officers was actually really fucking on point.
Yeah, it was.
Really fucking, oh my God. Horrible.
And you have some of them which are mixed between this war needs to end, we cannot win no matter what we fucking do, and those that are just so hell bent on Die Vaterland, Die Germany, Die Deutschland, and all that bullshit.
all that bullshit.
Yep. I mean, well, that was it. That was the whole mentality of the Prussians back then.
Yeah.
And and if you look, and oh God, I forget the general that they had. What was his name?
Which one? Von Moltke?
Was that the bald ass dude?
Oh no, that's
Ludendorff.
different. That's yeah.
Was that Ludendorff?
Dude, they know they're fucking World War One.
So
really well.
if
I'm over here just like you.
I'm just sitting here thinking that for a 2-hour and 28-minute movie, you could have had a little bit more in the beginning, and a little bit more.
Character
It's a slow,
development.
it's a slow
the
burn.
character development.
You're right. It
is
was Eric von
garbage.
Ludendorff.
Yeah. All right. So, when they had Ludendorff sitting there literally talking about his family heritage and history of being in the military, and he was like, my grandfather fought in these wars and won. My father fought in these wars and won.
Reminds me of Forrest Gump.
Yeah, and he's fighting. He's fighting in war, and he's going to lose.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, they lost in the second one after that too. All right, let's get into the ratings of this. Sami, you gave pretty good one.
4.5, like I said.
4.5.
Yeah, a very good movie, very well done. Two things I kind of knocked off for it: the music again, and I like the way this one ended. However, I like the way the original ended better.
Okay.
I agree with that.
I never saw the original, so
In the original, he's sitting there on the trench, sighting over the trench, and what was it? It was a bird, right?
It was a lark. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bird landed on his rifle, and then he gets clipped by a sniper.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, that was still I don't want to give it away for people who haven't seen it. It's a pretty cool, and I mean, it's kind of shocking how it happens because I don't want to give it away.
I mean, they did a pretty good job with
Yeah.
ending it in relatively a similar fashion, but I thought it was the symbolism of the original was much better done.
Still was shocking though.
Yes.
All right, I gave it a 4. Once again, I don't know a whole lot about World War One. Just the basic stuff, the beginning, the end, how things happened.
It's all Von Moltke's fault.
No, and I big World War II guy. So, but I'm still liking that I'm getting to watch these movies now. They're coming out. It's getting me more into it. Makes me want to study it more or watch
For
more stuff.
those of you that are really into World War One, Dan Carlin's hardcore history podcast about World War One. It is about 6 episodes, about 3 hours each.
Blueprints
Wow.
for
I
Armageddon.
fucking love that.
Yeah, it's 20 hours of World War One
There's
history.
a lot going on there.
And
Anyway,
Yeah.
I give it a 4. The intro. Okay, first of all, dubbed or subtitled. It's damn it! Why just making good old American use some real.
Well, because it's a German story.
No, I know, but no, I'm just saying. No, it's still good. It's a little slow in the beginning. The very beginning was actually awesome. The
Recruitment drive.
I understand the character development. It was a little sluggish. There were some decent scenes, but it definitely picked up in the middle of the movie and went crazy, and it went fucking awesome after that. But 4, I think it's a solid fucking rating for it. As much as I know about the war, accuracy, hit the notes there, all that kind of shit. But yeah, that's my thing.
So it is extremely accurate. There were actually a group of 5 soldiers with those exact names that were friends
like legit.
in the war. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't do the research on
Let's go back to the sausage castles.
it. Another thing I'm going to add on, because I was talking to you about. I think I was talking to you about this too.
Actually, I was totally joking about that whole statement.
Okay, I figured.
Although statistically speaking, it was probably true.
Yeah, right. What I'd like to see is, and we go off a little notes probably of a Jones. I'd like to see a show of World War One, like the beginning and the end, like Band Brothers style,
This and honestly, this whole story could have been a show because of the fact that they were all friends and stuff.
Yeah.
They could have built that up a lot better.
Petey's not here, but he watched these. He gave it a 4, which is great for Petey. And his responses is before his dad, was in Fort Bliss in '82. So that's why he gave such a high rating. All right, and what do we got here? Jonesy, you get 4.5 as well.
So yeah, I honestly have a lot of the same opinions as Sam does. I didn't like the use of synth music in this, but also my usual complaint: this would have been better served as a series because I've read the original books both in the translated and non-translated, and honestly, they cut a significant amount out. Like they cut down his training period into a 10-minute cycle.
Whoa.
When that was multiple chapters in the book.
And it was also non-existent in the original movie, if I remember correctly.
Yep, they didn't even fucking touch on it whatsoever, which made me a little disappointed, but honestly, it's a much better rendition than I ever could have really hoped for, especially coming from Hollywood.
Also, for a remake, it was way better than the original, in my opinion.
I was saying
Yes.
1930. Come on.
But
It's not hard to...
Yeah,
I
but look at movies from back then. Like back then, they focused a lot more on like actual acting.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Like and
Yeah.
and nowadays you get guys like what's his nuts, Explosions guy.
Michael Bay? Pew,
Mi-
pew, 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 pew.
Yeah. You get him
That's
where
not a
he
plot.
he makes a whole career out of.
Hey,
Not
13
good.
Hours was fucking a great movie.
Yeah, it took him how long in his career to finally figure that out?
Yeah. What was another one?
Pew, 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 pew.
Pain and Gain was a fucking great one, too.
Yeah, but it's a movie that takes place in the 90s and everyone had like EOTechs and like fucking
That part you
Picatinny
did
systems and
succession.
stuff.
All right, anyway.
But-
Teddy.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5. Like, really great movie overall. I didn't like how a lot of the scenes, especially the ending, how it's divorced from the book. That was really my big down point on it.
It's not that big, though. You still got a 4 or 5. That's pretty solid rating, though.
Yeah, but because like
all the other points carry the movie.
yeah, all the other points
Yeah,
carry the
yeah,
movie.
that's
But I think if they had stuck with the ending that's in the book, it would have made it a much stronger movie. But,
So you guys are all about that ending, huh?
yeah.
I don't.
Oh,
I kind of enjoy it. Well, okay, I gotta read this.
Well, you got to
Yeah.
take the context of what this movie and the book was originally about. That it was all meant to be an anti-war book
Yeah.
and movie.
Yeah.
And that's why Eric Ramirez Remarque was prosecuted by the Nazis and had to flee to Switzerland.
All right, and Kyle, who's
Yep.
not in the military, and I made him watch a World War I movie. You gave it a 3. 3 desk jockeys for you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, there's reasons behind it. One, character development. It's a movie, right? I mean, you can't just throw together action and think it's going to work.
Work for Michael Bay.
And that's one of my big things with that is that the beginning lacked that for me, right? That, obviously, too, it's because it's in German, so you have to like pay attention a little bit
I
more.
don't know. The version I watched was in English.
British, actually, it was British.
British English.
English.
Still English. Still English.
British English. And so that was the big one for
What
me.
does he
was,
say?
Yeah, it was the big one was for me just because the beginning, like, just a little bit more, just because, especially because it's such a long movie. And then I think, look, I love war movies. I love all war movies. I thought it was a pretty good movie too, but the ending, you are right, I think kind of sucked. And then also there's a fallacy too. You're telling me I shoot you in the heart and you're gonna stand up and you're gonna walk out of somewhere?
Well,
He wasn't
shot. He was stabbed.
He was stabbed.
But straight through.
Right. It depends where you get hit.
So-
but yes, you can. That's
Well, the
actually
thing with the stab wound though, unlike a bullet wound, is you don't have decapitation injury.
right. So it's a straight puncture coming across. Why a bullet would like blow up inside you and basically, yeah, a shot to the heart. Shot to the heart.
But
YouTuber band.
But I will say this: Google gave it I think Google gave it a 93% or something like that. So,
Here's the thing too. Like I get it. Like first of all, you've watched a lot of war movies. How many? Is this your first World War I movie? Or did you watch
I
1917?
watched 1917.
Did you like that one?
I like that one.
Yeah. Did we
See,
do that one with you?
did-
What did we do with you? Oh, we did Jarhead with you. That's
Did
right.
you
Yeah.
see?
I got the big jar.
Yeah, he loves Jarhead.
Wait,
Yeah, I
didn't
know.
you see Flyboys?
Oh God, I couldn't even.
That is such a bad movie, but it's about like one of the coolest things about World War One.
Yeah. Is it how like your fucking face is so far away from the microphone?
Yeah.
No, that's okay. So I get it. Like I get your perspective on all this. I actually, you
And because you know what, it's not obviously it was not created by people in Hollywood, so.
you want that
Give me a little extra.
you want that good
drama.
you want that good Uden.
Yeah,
I get it. I know.
And it's funny too. I was telling him earlier that it's funny how when we talk about, I guess we show. Man, you keep coughing.
He's dying over there, man.
Yeah.
Get a cough button for
I
this
got
guy.
I got like a part of my throat that is like fucking
Is it the
dry.
pubes on your chin?
It was the immune booster thing that's probably stuck
Oh,
in the back
yeah.
of his throat. It's the cumin.
The cumin, the Trumic, whatever.
Yeah, but I think the one thing though is that with Hollywood films for action movies, we portray German people as these like tight nook like very and compared to where like how they showed themselves as like, oh, we're normal people.
Well, yeah, because we always
'Cause
look
they
at them as
were.
yeah, because they were normal. But we always look at them as bad guys, like Russians do. Same thing. We always do that. That's how we do it. Your enemy has to look,
Intimidating.
exactly.
I must break you.
I misbreak you. I know.
Well, yeah, they were normal people, but the German army for World War I was still very much like everything is by the numbers. You're going to have 10,000 people marching in a line. They're all going to be on step.
They were also technically the most proficient army in Europe at that time.
Yeah.
What was their training like though? Did they have this?
That's another thing. They didn't show any of that
And that's- I
training
think
in
that's
it.
Which is
great.
honestly criminal because the German army had the best training regimen of the Western European armies during that time
It
period.
was the most professional training regimen.
Yeah, the Germans were the first ones that like went to the Kaisers and was like, "Hey, sir, when we're doing our big national war games, your side can't win. Like if we keep doing that, we're not going to learn anything."
I mean, all right. So overall, I think it's a fantastic fucking movie. Obviously, I know, I get it, bud. Kyle, you're good. Like next time you come on, if you ever do next year when you roll back in here, we'll pick something fun like Jarhead 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So you're a big fan of those.
How about the Marine?
Oh, how was that shitty movie? I think you made me watch it. The Wall.
The Wall.
You remember the one that, like
Oh,
the behind
let's
the
make
wall?
them watch Purple Hearts.
Yeah, we should make you watch that. You made me watch The Wall. That was the one where like they're behind. It's John Cena's in it for like 4 seconds and gets capped.
What's wrong with Pink Floyd?
If it was only that good, but it's not. All right. Anyway, let's get in the smoke pit.
Smoke before smoke.
Yeah, exactly. We're getting the smoke pit now. Time for a quick break, piss break. All right, we'll be right back after these messages. All right, we're back from our break. Couple cigarettes, and the weird thing is we lost Sam.
No, Sam just lost 100 pounds. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He just got a lot better dressed and smells so much better.
Teddy moved up to the main. Sammy was dying through this whole show. I don't know what happened. He was just like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
At work.
he tried to go up over the
Hey,
trench,
you know what?
but he got
He
shot.
made it this far. Good for him.
He
All
tried.
right. We're in the pit. Kyle here. So I always like to ask the group, like, what do we want to talk about in the smoke pit? Unless we have, like, obviously Kyle's been on the show before, so we're not doing Q&A with him before. You can catch his episode from whenever the fuck that was. I forgot. But so I like to ask stuff, and he actually came up with an interesting one. So I don't know if you want to take it off a little bit, and we'll get into it, and I'll, dive into it a little more.
Yeah, so let me say this first, right? Obviously, I don't lean one way or the other on it. I just think it's obviously something that's going on in our world right now, especially with social media too. You see a bunch of it, but and what it is too is that we saw that Daily Wire that came out with it. Matt Walsh he came out with a documentary kind of on what is a woman, and he asked people what a woman was, and no one could give him a straight answer. And I found that through my girlfriend, so this is her fault. She's brain poisoned me, but yeah, and I just thought it was interesting because I wanted to know, obviously because this is a military podcast, what that's like for even the military too. Is there, when it comes to it, is there a way that if someone's transitioning, do they do the men's stats or the women? Do they get special treatment? How does that all work?
So yeah, all right. So let's get into this. When he texts me this though, first thing he just says, "What is a woman?" I thought because I asked for a thing. I'm like, I go, that's a lady that has her shit together. Because I'm just thinking woman. I think of old. I'm thinking my wife. My mother. Anyone. A woman is to me. I go, just a lady has her shit together. And he goes, no. I'm talking about I'm like, it just went over my head. Totally went over my head. I'm an old school guy. But he says, "What's a woman?" I go, well, I know what a woman is. I'm married to one. It's it's. There's a difference. To me, it's a girl versus a woman, right? That's how I was thinking about it. But no, he meant a little bit something different with the whole transgender stuff that's going on.
Well, and I think the big part too of it is that they kept every time he would ask, someone would respond back with another term for woman in the definition. Which, if you look at a true definition for any word, like the synonym for that word is not in the definition.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
So
so it's interesting to see.
Times are changing, right? So let's do this here. Like, so you're asking about the military stuff, and I tried actually pulling stuff off. I've talked to a lot of people this whole week about this, and once you brought it up, I was like, shit, I got some questions, right? It's actually not the reason that we got Teddy back on here. One of the reasons, like, I love Teddy, man. He's a nice soldier. He's been on before, but he's got obviously some experience with some of this stuff too. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But so I was trying to pull up some DoD transgender policies, right? Because it's still a new. Well, I thought it was actually new, but it actually goes back a lot more. Further than I thought.
2016.
Yeah,
that's way further back.
So that's
way back.
That's just with the whole transgender community. It goes way back than what most people
right.
think.
And so it's like so the new policy, right, is from January 26th of 2021 onwards. There are no restrictions on military service members being transgender individuals, right? So you could there's no. I believe back in Obama was the first one to say, "Hey, you can come in." This is actually after he's the same one that did get rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then I remember in 2016 there was like this. We were doing classes on trying to figure stuff out, and I remember Trump said, "All right, no more," because I think. I don't know if it was a party thing or it was too confusing or the military was like, I don't know what's going on.
It is a party ideology thing.
Okay, so I'm sure it's part of that. I thought there was a little more to it because I even remember even there's a confusion on my end, even from having classes. I thought they were like, we don't know how to handle this shit. So
all right,
go on though. What do you got?
So it's a little complicated. So the policy changed in the Obama administration because they were finding that they were having a very difficult time meeting recruitment numbers for higher ASVAB scoring MOSs.
Okay, so they're getting
MOSs, ASIs, whatever the fuck we want to call it. What they found is that liberal communities, which are generally more have a higher transgender or more open to transgenders, do have generally higher MOS scores than those in the South, which are obviously, more conservative, all that shit, which are ideologically opposed to transgender or anything not normative.
Okay.
So they made that decision because they were like, we need to open up the pool more so we can pull more people into these MOSs, which we have a severe shortage of based on ASVAB score, because we cannot get the same results from our traditional pool, which is from the South.
Well, yeah, that is, military. I get it.
And that's been historical of usually the military opens up first so they can just get recruits.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing too. Is I found it shocking, because obviously. I don't want to use the word, and it's offensive now, is tranny, because that was actually big back in the 80s, 90s. You heard that a lot, trannies, you just call them trannies, and you're like, but now it's fucking whoa, you don't fucking say that shit, right?
I thought that was talking about a transmission.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah.
That's a two-parter on that. That's true. But that's actually what, in the 90s, if you were, basically transgender, you just call them a tranny, which is now a big no-go, right? Key choice words don't touch. But so, obviously they had transgenders or trannies back in the day. Let's look at J. Edgar Hoover, who dressed as a woman, probably identified, whatever the fuck it was. And I read up the first ban of transgender personnel was in 1960. Holy shit! It's kind of nuts because I never really thought about any of this kind of stuff. Obviously, my personal experience. Why would
it's not something that you experience every day.
Right? And so to see back, and even calling it transgender, it was the name of it was I don't know, when did that pop up? The last 10 years or so, right?
Yeah, that was
the title of it, right?
Yeah, that
I don't know. It just seems or was mainstreamed. Right?
That title really coincided with the advancement for gay rights and everything like that.
Which was what Chappelle again last night as I was falling asleep, when we're out there, and he goes, he's like, man, LGBTQ, man. Your movement, we're jealous of it, his whole thing about it, because he's so fucking impressed with it, because obviously the blacks have been dealing with a lot of shit for a long time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's get back to your questions on this shit, right? So obviously we know that yes, trans are in. That's not a. We actually we had a soldier in our section, or not section, our unit, that was female, transitioned to male. I think got out before the transition was fully complete, or by paperwork was done.
Yeah.
So there's a whole process, right? I think it's does it what?
So
you know what?
So the new process for the DoD is the soldier in question will talk to a medical provider and the chaplain, not for religious reasons, for counseling reasons. And then between those three parties, they will create a timeline for how far they want to transition, what they want to do, and they will report that to not their first line, to their first sergeant, and then that'll be that. But mainly the whole process is done with the soldier, medical provider, and their chaplain.
How is there like a timeline on this, or like, or it could
it's completely, it's case by case. It's done by.
All right, a few questions. If you don't guys know this, like, if you can look it up too, Joan. Do you need to have like any? Do you have to do like hormone supplementing?
That's how.
That's at the discretion of the service member.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't. There's no like. You could literally. I don't have to do hormone treatment. I don't have to do surgery. I don't have to do any of that. So that's not on me.
No, because if you said that you do have to do hormone surgery or you do have to do treatment, that's a lot more than what some transgender people are, or want or are willing to do.
I shouldn't say on me. I'm not. By the way, I'm not trans.
Yeah.
Let me clear that up. I'm not switching over to anything. I'm just asking, like, speaking in first.
Yeah.
Once again, I don't have a problem with any of this. I'm
Yeah.
curious. It's just very interesting to try to understand, because I'm going to get into some. Here's the thing for my questions, and I think Kyle and I talked about this before, and I bring this up all the time. Because we haven't dealt with an actual person that's been in our unit, that I've dealt with in our unit, that has fully transitioned. Because when it comes to, like, when we're doing, let's say, field ops, or we're out in the barracks or open base stuff, using showers or bathrooms or latrines, military, where we're sharing that space, and is it awkward for others? Because there's people, obviously there's people that, well, some people are.
There's gonna be jackasses everywhere.
Right, and there's some people. Okay, but I'm not gonna lie. It would probably throw me off for like a little bit. But then again, if it was like a female that transitioned to male, I'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" It's like, I know what you, I know what you've been. Like,
But then
I'm in the shower. I'm like, check out this dick. You into this?
But then
That's
sharp
typically-
exists for
that's like typical OG though. Like, I just my towel. Like, well, that's how we do it in the bathroom here. It's like, boom, like my dick's out.
Do you have anything to say?
No,
Yeah, it's like,
No, you're good. No, I think one of the other things too that I wanted to bring up, and I think it was more in the, like, I guess, realm of why I wanted to bring it up with in this, is because, like, we also see, like, we earlier talked about TikTok, right? I mean, I'll be honest, I'm on that sucker. I just go through it all day.
Good shit.
And like it sucks to see, because there's this new transgender. I don't know. I think he's transitioning, and he said it's so tough to be a woman. It's so tough to be a woman, and like he has all these, like, every single day he'll post something of something about his life and how hard it is to be a woman, and there's a lot of outrage. It's actually a big thing right now. It's with I think Ulta is the one that right now currently is supporting him, or they or them, and
wait. So this is once again male transitioning to female.
Yes.
Okay.
But he keeps saying, or they keep saying, it's so hard to be a woman, but that takes away from, like, a woman, like, growing up and having to deal with all the societal battles, all of, like, the issues that a woman has to deal with from birth to that age. So I think it's almost, the word insensitive works perfectly for that, because how does he grew up, sure, he grew up with male body parts, right? But you didn't grow up as a female, like, with a vagina.
I get what you're saying. So, like, basically,
he's taking it away from,
even though at whatever point he, she, I don't know where they're at and their whatever their pronouns are. We're getting into that one a little bit.
Yeah.
They didn't deal with that part of their life, because visually people saw them and treated them like a male, and they never had to deal, like, real female struggles. Like, that's another thing. Female struggles are fucking.
So I think it's taking it away
me.
from the females.
Okay, so I see. I definitely see your point on that. It is a little bit of, like, the insensitive part of it, of, like, you're being ignorant about the fact that you didn't deal with what a female dealt with, that was naturally born through it. Like, not only, like, periods, the sexual harassment, or being hit on this, that, or, like, being thought of as a lesser person, something. So that does happen,
But I was gonna say, then at the same point, you being transgender, you do deal with a lot more different issues.
That's a different part.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like it's a whole can of worms. I think it's just, like, sort of the you're crossing the fence to seeing like, oh, you dealt with, issues that men normally deal with, and men don't normally, may not normally think about as a big issue, and then you're not dealing with issues that females deal with, and a female's someone who's transitioning female to male, they're going to deal with a lot more stuff that men usually deal with, mainly being like mental health issues, stuff like that.
I just drink.
Yeah.
So it helps a lot. It's how I deal with my problems. Speaking of that, I need a little fucking refresher.
But
here.
yeah, but I think it's just behind that is just like, and again, everyone goes through different parts, right? I just growing up, it's most of the time, like, obviously the people that maybe had the greatest growing up periods probably are struggling right now in life.
Fuck off.
But so I think I think my issue with it is that they're taking it away from women who dealt with
their whole lives.
Yeah, and then this human being gets to come in and just say, like, it's so hard being a woman, but like, you don't really know what that's like.
Well, all right, maybe they do though. So you gotta understand, like, mentally, like they're fighting. I don't know. That's a tough one.
It's
Again,
so-
But you're
so-
right.
so
It is
the-
this other side too.
Yeah. So the thing that I think that you're trying to think is body dysphoria, of dysmorphia, and that's like they'll wake up, they won't have anything on, they'll look themselves in the mirror and they
don't agree with
and
it.
they hate, and they have like sort of mental schism in their brain of how they look.
I could agree. I deal with that because like it's winter, I'm getting fat. I'm like looking at myself in the mirror all the time.
Yeah,
Like, God,
yeah.
what you piece of shit! Stop eating Taco Bell every fucking night.
But it is on another level.
Yeah. No, I know. I get it. I'm just trying to like lighten the situation.
Yeah,
Jesus
like
Christ, guys.
lighten the situation. No, we're gonna be the most certain.
I forgot. I'm dealing with. I'm the oldest guy in the room now since Sam left. All right. No. It's something that's it. Wow. Obviously, I have no fucking clue, and I'm still trying to understand this as much as possible.
Yeah.
I know some of us. I'm gonna play the old man syndrome on this one a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little. You're so many years of it. It's hard to change when you're used to something for so long, right? And I know that whoever's like the younger ones will listen, and there's some people that are my age. They go, you're just ignorant.
Yeah.
I get that. Okay. I a little set in my ways, but I'm very open. I feel pretty progressive for myself, being, whatever. But it's still tough.
Yeah.
It is still, I try, I open up, but it's still hard to like grasp it all.
And it's not like you'd have like a disregard for them. It's just like it's hard to understand.
Right. I don't have,
Yeah.
listen, once again, my disclaimer, I probably should have put out, like, I don't give a fuck what you are, what you want to be, what you fuck, or anything else. It doesn't bother me. You know what? The only thing I've ever said is don't try to change me. I've actually had gay men try to convince me, dude, you should come over. I'm like, all right, does sound.
It would save you a lot of money.
You guys you just hang out, play video games, and fuck. That sounds great. I don't get yelled at all the time. That's fun. I've had that a lot, but like, just don't try to change me. Like I know what I like and I want. Like, trust me, I know it. But it's not like it happens all the time. But no, sometimes it does.
Yeah.
No, I'm fucking around. But no, yeah, I'm very open to everything. So that's I'm just trying to learn and adjust to what's happening. But then I have a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
There's some concerns.
There
are some concerns.
Yeah, and it's like, like with, just being, an old dog learning new tricks sort of thing. Like most transgender people I've met with, they'll be pretty nice about, like, if you accidentally call them by their dead name or misgender them, they're perfectly fine with it. The group of them that are like, will fly into a rage is in the minority. It's just that the minority is louder than the majority.
Or other people attacking other people because they messed up. And that, I've seen that actually happen in
that is
in
a
our
prime
unit
case
even.
of just white knighting.
Well, I've had that in our unit, actually. Our old NCOIC, he made a comment about one of our troops. It wasn't in transition. I don't think he even knew, actually. I remember him saying, he was like, I didn't fucking know. Another soldier, another NCO, actually, like, lower ranking one, too, fucking chewed him out, like literally in a briefing. And he went, what the fuck?
That's the wrong place and time.
Yeah, another thing like that. And he goes, I had no fucking clue that she is now he, and like, and we had like a whole meeting off the side afterwards. Like I'm like, get the fuck out of here! Like, everyone, like, we need to stop this brief. This is insane what's happening right now. This soldier doesn't even know about what that soldier's doing. So you can't just attack that person. How the fuck would he know?
Yeah, no, like just as Jonesy said, that's purely a case of people white knighting in places that like
Yeah.
like you know, yeah, you know, be a proponent for it, but like don't be a jackass.
But that's not being a proponent.
Well,
That's just
yeah.
being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because like there's a difference between making a mistake because you didn't know. That's ignorance.
Yeah.
Willful ignorance is disregarding that even after you've been told.
Well, so that I actually ran into a situation with this by Glock, dude. I love it because I talk about this with Glock all the time. This is actually the first time, like before me and Glock were friends. You know, Glock's been on the show a lot.
You have a friend named Glock too?
You got one?
Yeah. But it's
Maybe
a
they're
funny
related.
story how he had it because he.
What's a she though? But yeah.
Well, this dude, he had a bunch of stuff in his pockets, and it looked like he had a Glock in his pocket.
Oh,
So
you
they
got the
call
name.
him Glock.
Okay, that's her.
Well, we called him Squirt Gun for a while too. though.
Her name is actually Glock, though.
Well, or was I think it just changed over, but whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And so like so actually the person we were talking about in our unit that was transitioning at the time, I think it wasn't open yet. She was just a lesbian woman at the time.
Yeah.
And we're doing a UPL, and she was actually one of the pussy checkers. You know, the Becker checker and the pussy checker.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she said something about and she'll be the checker for that. And I went, yeah, I bet you like that position. You know, we're actually because I'm actually friends with him at the time.
Yeah.
Like we joke about this all the time. Like we go out, smoke breaks, and she like laughed at it. That's when Glock actually like, hey. I'm like, no, because she was very protective of her. I'm like, no, we're friends, we're cool. Like I explained to her, I did apologize. Like, yeah, maybe it wasn't the right thing, but like she doesn't care because like she jokes about it. Like everyone knows that she's everyone knows she likes pussy. Like,
I mean,
but
who doesn't?
And Glock was very protective of her, you know. But then I pulled out the old, I'm a married guy, I know how to deal with Glock. This is easy. I'm sorry, I didn't, if Glock's listening.
Sorry,
you fell
I
for it.
didn't know I couldn't do that.
You fell for my bullshit. No, but anyway, sorry, kind of streamed a little off of it, but it was part of that whole like people that no, they get fired. That's one thing. Also protecting people. That's fine too, which is fine because if somebody makes a comment, if they don't know that person, like, hey, what are you doing? Like, don't be saying.
Yeah.
I said a stupid comment too because it wasn't like a he/she comment. It was more like, yeah, I bet you like that cunt.
Well, yeah, it's like if someone my partner goes by they them, if someone
See, we're getting to that in a fucking second here.
Yeah,
Once again, you have a.
I've experience with it.
You have a explain what your partner is, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so my partner, their name is Leon. I don't know if they wanted me name checking them on this.
Didn't say
Yeah,
the
let's
last name.
bleep that out. My partner,
234.
they have they them, and it's just like, and I'm perfectly honest with them. I don't fully understand like their side of the fence of things, but I respect them and I love them, and so I go along with it, and because that's what they want. I want to make them happy.
Okay, so the only all right, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. The pronoun shit kills me a little bit, especially using they them because you're fucking with the English language a little bit. When you say they, that's a plural.
No, it can be used as
I
singular.
know, but it really like I'm used to the whole hey they over there. I'm like they so who? Oh, the whole group of them.
Mhm.
If that's what I'm saying, the whole old school fucking with the English. I was talking to Pete about this, and I wish Pete was here because he had like a whole like. Once again, Pete's on my side of this. We don't give a fuck, but the rant of like changing and using pronouns, that's fucking rough, and it's a hard one. And the they part is like when I hear they, I automatically like I'm not trying to,
discredit them at all.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it throws me off. I'm like, I think they go, oh, the whole group.
Well,
Yeah.
it's what throws me off for the pronoun portion is that in what context are you using that? Is when you're describing who they are? Because when I talk about women, I say those guys.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
when I talk about I
call my wife dude.
Yeah,
and she's nowhere
same,
near
bro. Like all those things. So to me, it's
bro would be a weird one for my wife. Hey, bro.
I mean,
I don't know. I'd be like, I'll suck that clit.
yeah, but that's what I think is confusing for me is in what terms do you use the pronouns that like.
I don't know. I think it's a weird thing. It's like some people get really upset. That's the thing. Is you get it. But I feel like I'm stepping on eggshells sometimes because you don't know, and it's hard for me because if you heard me talk,
But it's
tough.
I know I've said this to you. It's you generally they're normal people. They're usually very nice about it. It's like if you accidentally misgender them, they'll be like, hey, I actually go by this, and that'll be the end of it.
Right, because they're
But,
not wearing a name tag that literally says what their preferred.
But once again,
okay,
like,
some do, but
we'll either lose listeners or have the same ones on and keep harassing us about the way I say things or somebody else says something on the show, and that comes up, and then I'm like I'm not trying to offend anybody. I really don't like offending people. Like I like dark humor, I like making fun of shit. I love like clean insults, sometimes dirty insults. In the end of the day, like I just want to make you laugh, probably make you feel a little bit bad on the inside, just a pinch. But I want you to get back at me. I want you to say something. I love that. Back and forth. I like it's more of the comedic aspect of it. Like I'm not being serious about my shit. I'm saying I'm really not.
And so, and one of the things too is, so my girlfriend, she's a high school teacher, so she has to deal with that, right?
Also, a very cute lady. I'm sure the high school students really want to bang the shit out of her.
That's the first thing I said to her when I met her. I said, "Damn, those are lucky
pull up her
kids."
picture.
No. So anyway,
he does not want to get murdered tonight.
So, what it is, it's kind of different though, but yeah. Yeah, there he goes up there.
Yeah.
So what it is too is I understand it because she says that she has to, say if someone answers something, then she has to say they answered it like this when they're talking about with another student or to the class. And she said it's pretty good. She said the one thing that is kind of puzzling for her still is see, again, this is just me being me, this bro, or who knows, and them, they,
see, it's
fucking
hard.
all over the place. So and
sometimes.
they come in with a different name like every 3 weeks, and it's going.
No, that's a little weird.
And she goes, you're a high school student, like just give me one name. Your name is Jimmy, and you want to go by Jim? Great, you're Jim.
Just go with Jay.
Yeah.
And
At some point, they're just going to get named fuckface, and they're going to be stuck with it for the rest of their time.
yeah, like there are ones like that are obviously there's bad ones in every community.
It's just, but that's another thing too. Is like, all right, so they're also pushing this shit like on kids though. That's actually that's the weird thing. Like like when you're 5 years old, and they're like talking about this stuff. I'm like, why does a 5-year-old need to know about that?
So the weird thing about that is that it's not really the schools or the parents pushing it. It's social media.
That's what I thought.
It's not that they're actively pushing it. It's just that it is there, and parents are not willing to actually sit and have a conversation with their children about like, hey, this person feels this way about how they view themselves sexually,
I'm not gonna
physically.
tell a 5-year-old that though,
right?
Because they don't understand what the fuck you're talking
because
about.
they parents need to take control of what their kids are viewing on the internet and on social media, because like this, like 5 years old, that's not the right time.
I didn't realize what my penis was till I was like 11 years old. Like
6th grade.
Yeah, like I
grade
thought it
when
was
the
just
first
for
kid told me.
pissing. That's all I thought. I'm like,
And
oh,
like-
this is why I pee out of it. I'm like, wait, it does more.
And we're talking
Wait a
about
second.
When it gets red, keeps going.
and when we're talking about kids, like they're going through puberty, so
Yeah.
like there is a whole lot of fucking changes going on.
That's
There
when
is
you
a
talk
lot
about
of
this shit, not when they're in
confusion.
kindergarten.
Because
There's
then,
no need to talk about
you're
kindergarten.
messing with the system.
Oh, like here's another thing too. Like, so my daughter actually, she went to private school. It was like a Christian one too, which I was like, oh god, whatever. But it's private school though. I was like, I like private. It's nice.
Is there a cha-ching button
Less,
over there?
yeah. It was a little bit pricier, but less chances for getting murdered at school, which is awesome. But what I didn't like is like, oh, we're gonna talk about how gay isn't right and shit. I was like, yeah, don't be telling my kindergartner that shit. She doesn't even. First of all, she doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, that's like
first of all, stop. Like that.
it's like on one hand we need more sex education. On the other hand, not that early.
Yeah, no, there's
Like-
no need to teach like a fucking.
And like, there's a difference between like having a storybook and like seeing a pair of parents that are both male or both female, and it's like a thing there, but they don't really go deep into it.
Just
It's
make
like
them
that's just a
gray.
normal
Both
fucking
shadows.
thing.
Just make them
Yeah.
shadows. And they're like, hey, it's your parents' shadows.
It's like the Peanuts parents.
Exactly. Like you don't even see it. There's no need for kids to be like, because they're. I mean, there's
They got
already,
enough to deal with.
There's
as
already
is.
like this has happened in California too. I've heard a couple of things. I don't know if it's a lot of it's true. Some of it is like where like people were actually no. One of it's true because I've heard this from a nurse. I don't know. Shit, did I hear from a nurse or I hear from a fucking podcast? See, I'm so drunk. I don't know. But where the parents didn't want to put a name on or the gender on the birth certificate right off the bat. It's like, are you fucking kidding? Like, what was it born at that point? Like,
Yeah.
let them decide later on. Like, why are we doing this already at birth?
Yeah.
Like, I know if you could look this up, Jonesy, I swear to God it's real. I fucking heard this. Maybe it's not, but maybe it's just a California craziness. Everyone's
What's
trying
up?
to go, like the whole like not like not giving the gender out as they're born. Like there's people out there in California. I've heard this. I said, I'm not trying to be
I'm sort of for that in the sense that we'll stop having gender reveal parties and we'll stop setting fucking California on
never had
fire.
that.
That'd be cool.
No, let the fucking place burn. It's a beautiful place. Let it burn. Get rid of all the idiots there. There's too many morons there, man. That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
All kinds. I mean, all around, full circle. I'm not saying this side, no, just all of them. Just wipe the whole fucking state off and restart and let me move there on that beach.
It's a thing that you're allowed to do, but it's more in the case that the state just doesn't have a law,
right? Because the army
regulating
because the federal government recognizes only 2, right? Yeah, yes,
correct.
Yeah, they recognize
it's male or
too.
female. Doesn't matter. It's your male or female. You choose one, stick with it. In your case, that's like with your partner.
Yeah,
it's
it would. I mean, they're obviously never going to join, but
I'm
it
not
would.
trying to make fun of it, but it kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of from Batman. Was it Two-Face? This one, that way. I'm not. All right, I'm having a little fun with it, but like, I'm an old man. I don't understand. Give Grandpa's pills.
So, yeah,
I get it.
I think with personally with the whole transgender thing, it's just like the sort of slow movement to like completely integrating, the integrating the armed forces, because like you now have men and women in combat arms.
Yeah.
So you're going to sit there and say that you're going to have we're going into a war and you're going to have a mixed platoon. You'd be like, all right, only women can share a foxhole and only men can share a foxhole. It's like, no, you're like, I think it's just the general progression towards, and I was talking to this with a Ranger buddy.
Troopers.
Yeah, I think it's a general progression towards eventually we'll get to the point where it's like, how we saw in Starship Troopers, where
that's how
every
I like that.
Yeah,
I think that's great. That's just bringing it all together.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? So many rapes would happen.
Yeah,
But that's exactly the thing. Like, if
that's
you
what's gonna
want
happen.
that, you say that's what's going to happen, but why does that happen? That isn't because of the military. That's just because
Natural
society
well,
does
maybe
not
that's-
want to
I think
fucking
it's-
teach each other to teach
Be
kids
respectful.
to respect each other.
There's that. I think there's natural instincts that take over sometimes. Some people just have, like, there's people that just get rapey, man. They are. I've seen, trust me, I know people that you don't think are like that, and all of a sudden you see them all like, what the fuck is, like, they get like all creepy, like out of nowhere. I think it's like, there's also, we are animals, right? We have that natural instinct, like, fuck. And like some of us can control and go, well, I'm not going to be all gropey, or I'm not the one that's going to hit on you and say weird shit. Like,
we know someone that would say weird shit.
Yeah, I know. Like we just talked about the other day at the office.
Mhm.
Yeah. But like that. But I can see like in a shower, like, dude. All right, I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna be raping any. Like if we had mixed shit, dude. You're telling me some chick gets in the shower, we're all there, dude. I'm not gonna touch you, but you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna see my dick go. It might offend you. But I'm gonna stand there washing myself, going, "Sorry, it happens."
Only thing that's gonna bother me is now I'm gonna have to fight for a fucking stall.
The good thing is too is like I got a towel hanger the whole time if that happens.
Yeah.
I'm just always hanging it on there. But like that would be my reaction if there was like females in the showers with me. I wouldn't be all going, "Ugh," but I would be like, "Yep, I'm getting hard as fuck on this one."
but
Because I'm turned on. I personally get turned on by a naked female body. It actually doesn't even really matter what it looks like. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like there's tits, ass, and a cooter. I'm like, yep,
But
that's good for me.
Natural body reaction versus
Yeah.
what your actions are.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are different worlds.
Yeah, and there's people that will take things in, a little further. I mean, hell, man, when I'm in the shower with my wife, I mean, I try, but it's my wife though, and she slaps me and go, okay, I'm done.
wife.
My wife, Regine, acts like the sleeve of a wizard. It really doesn't. It's a good vagina. Anyway, just in case she listens, I gotta fill that part in. No, back actually, that's another thing. Like the shower thing. Like we were talking before. Like the woman like the trans female becomes male, comes in. Like it wouldn't really bother me, like I said. But what happens like on the other side of that too? Like trans male, once again, didn't have fucking. Let's say I'm gonna do myself.
Yeah.
I want to be a woman. I want to transgender. No, whatever. Transition. Sorry. I'm missing the keywords.
those words. He's
I
like,
did. I'm like translate. No,
Transition.
transition of that, right? That vagina. Yes. But I don't want the surgery. I don't want the hormones. I feel like a woman. I want to go in there, but yet I still maybe I like
Yeah.
I want to be a woman, but I like women,
Yeah, you're.
which I always identify as a lesbian. That's an old man joke. I get it.
Yeah, and
pussy. what happens when I go in that shower and I'm still got all my man meat full bush, you know, 'cause I'm old.
Yeah.
A little bit gray in there. It's not bad.
So, and like that's, you know, it's going to happen because you also have, you know, women who are also, you know, lesbians who, you know, they fully swing and they still use the same shit, the same facilities. And so that's why it's like, is it really an issue? Like, as long as you're not touching people when, you know, they don't want it.
But also, like, you have to look at it too. Like, okay, they had a thing, and it was in New York. It was like a gym, and they were able to change everywhere. So obviously, a gym, you're already pretty much exposed to the elements as it is in a locker room.
Yeah.
But then, like, people don't feel comfortable, right? So that's also that.
Yeah.
Right? So
It's
if
also
you want to feel comfortable, like if everyone wants to feel comfortable and everyone wants to make everyone feel comfortable.
Culture, though. We're in America, right? That's a little different, though, right? Brazil. The bathrooms, male, female. No
Brazil, so
But
like France, no one gives a flying fuck.
They
Yeah,
don't
but
care.
then you know, in Europe, everything's unisex, really.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. So I think it's
Yeah.
more of an American thing where it's like, But
America
same thing-
still has a puritanical strain.
It does.
in our
I think that's a
Yeah.
big thing too. On top of that, it's like we are like little it throws you
Because
off.
I'll be honest with you.
titties.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest with you. If I had to share a bathroom with a woman, right? Sorry, but unless
You're
it's
not
my
married yet.
girlfriend,
I get
unless
it.
it's my
Yeah,
girlfriend,
Oh yeah, like a random.
I'm not going to take that poop at all.
The shit,
Yeah.
shit throws me off a little bit because like
'Cause
I don't
I'm
mind
just sitting
pissing.
there going,
I've pissed in front of women all the time. Like I always still turn around. Like let's say you're outside having a party bonfire. Like I'll turn around and take a piss. Like hey, whatever, you know. Turn around, but like taking a shit. I don't even like taking shit around guys. I like shitting by myself. Like it's a peaceful moment to myself.
But I've always wanted to hold your hand while you're doing that.
That's actually not bad. Pass
See,
the
but
toilet
that's where you
paper,
gotta
rub the
you
fingertips
gotta hold
together a little
hands
bit
under the stall walls.
Exactly.
That's why you gotta have that
The
break
pink-
in the middle.
Get that pinky locked in together. Swing it a couple times. Get some more
You never
TP.
know when your battle buddy is straining to get that
Yeah.
last fucking
Oh
poop
yeah,
out.
someone gripping your hand like, fuck.
Yeah.
Push. You got this, bro. You got it. No, like, but it's still, I still like shitting by myself. I just like the piece of it. Plus, I don't want to. I mean, I don't mind the conversation, but like, there's times where I'm just like, I like the quiet, let it out, and I don't want to hear what you've got unleashing because I'm like, and smelling it. Like, I could take my own brand. Like Jonesy the other day, goddamn, I walked in to take a piss, and I knew him because he's got his fancy fucking shoes on at the stall. I'm like, man, you stinky Jew. Like, I couldn't imagine sitting next to the stall with him on that one. It's like sitting next to Kyle here because he's got a smelly asshole too.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So anyway, that's the thing. Me walking, how uncomfortable would females be, like that aren't lesbian? Well, whatever in general, and like I'm walking in, didn't have surgery, but I identify. I'm like, I'm with you. I'm one of you. Like you gotta get like that's like a little bit, you know. Well, some
Yeah,
probably
and it's
some might like it. I don't know.
yeah,
But-
it's a conversation that needs to have. We're obviously not the people like for the
Right.
female side of it. We're not the people to have that.
But I'm gonna guarantee you, a lot of them are gonna be like, "Fuck that," because like,
Mhm.
all right, let's say you know, I consider myself semi-attractive. All right, so maybe they'll like it. It's still gonna be uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
But like, let's say you get some fucking like a Som that rolls in there. Like, come on, imagine Som rolling in there.
That offends male and female.
Yeah, exactly, right? Or any whatever you are. Like,
Mhm.
You know what? We
You
just
be a
need to
Martian
have.
and it'll be
Yeah,
offensive.
Som,
You know
left
what?
here,
Maybe
so-
we just need to have attractive bathroom, average
Bathroom,
bathroom,
yeah.
ugly bathroom.
There's a scale of 1 through 10, like your hotness. Talk about like suicide rates going up. Son of a bitch. I'm a 4.
I got bumped down to the.
I thought it was a solid 6 at
Yeah.
least. Like, come on, give me this 6. Fucking A. I thought it was semi-attractive.
Mhm.
No, but that's it. To me, it's just that's the weird thing, and I guess like I don't know where it falls on with all this shit. Like when it comes to policy and that, but there's more things that piss me off. I know we've discussed a couple times here. We're all like hesitant on saying things, but Kyle, I know you brought this up. You fucking say the one that kind of bothers you because it bothers me too. So you can start off.
Which one?
When it comes to sports in
Well,
certain
well,
aspects,
yeah, well, I
certain
mean,
professional sports. Let's
Mhm.
stay it there.
I mean, I think you could even go collegiate because that's mostly where you've seen it.
Okay.
And I think that's an issue that needs to be brought up, right? And yeah, there we go. And think about it. It's like if LeBron James decided, hey, I now identify as a female. I'm gonna go to WNBA.
Oh, he's gonna fucking dominate.
Okay, my man
might.
he'd
I think
put
he's
up
that
he'd
great.
put up 100 points a game. He's physically 6'8", 250 pounds of pure
Mhm.
talent, and that's not fair for them. That's not fair.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
it on the pro level.
Sorry, but you're
swimmer.
not-
There's a swimmer that did that though. They actually went.
And then they actually
won.
And then they actually came out with it that they made a mistake. That
Yeah.
they should not have let that happen.
It's because you're spending like we talked about this before. Like you're spending like 20, 30 years of your life as a male that's beefed up like crazy, and then you're like switch over and go join a woman's sport, which you're like these women have been doing this forever, and then this beast of a man comes in.
And
that's
again,
physically bigger.
It's what it is. It's like it takes away the credibility for the woman again
Yeah.
because you now no longer have like
I
everything
feel like there's
you've built
something
up.
wrong with that. And like I know there's gonna be people who are like, well, I'm like, come on.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
I want to hear the argument. then.
Yeah, I mean, and we don't.
It's-
It's hard to get those. Like I didn't even hear. Well, we'll maybe get some comments
So-
on this.
One of the arguments is that like generally within the male and female population is that like you'll have females who have for whatever genetic reason they have a lot more testosterone, and so like should they then be put into the male portion because they have like they possibly have like a male level of testosterone.
No, I get your point on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's sort of like that's why as I said I like what the Olympics did, and they're doing it on a sport by sport basis of like this sport both men and women can compete together and there's no real difference. This sport, if Olympic weightlifting,
A weight class.
So if they preface it beforehand before they go into a certain thing, then I can understand it. Then because then a woman could go, okay, you know what? Yeah, I can take this person on.
which
no
a lot of
problem.
women can't. Like there can be women. There's so many women that could destroy actually everyone in this fucking room.
I mean,
in
we
a lot
talk
of
about the
sports.
UFC stuff all the time.
I do. Yeah, they'll fucking murder.
Oh,
all
yeah.
of
last
us.
30 seconds, maybe
Please.
if we ran
Please
around
dominate
away.
me.
Yeah, please dominate me.
mommy.
Reminds me of that UFC video though. Like I remember a lot of chicks. They're like, or a lot of jiu-jitsu ones. They're like, oh yeah. I'm like walking. I'm like, how about I just punch you in the face? Because you guys don't do that in that sport. I just walk up. I'm gonna punch you in the face. Oh, you're cool little. You're gonna get me down on the ground, grapple me, and like swap. No, I'm just gonna punch you in the fucking face.
Martial arts magic.
Yeah, martial arts is a cool thing. I'm not knocking it at all. It's fucking amazing. But half the time I have a gun on me, so good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know how to fight too, so it's a good combo. Anyway, way off topic on that. I don't know. All right, so there's I don't know, dude. It's fucking tough. It's a tough topic.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. Like once again, there's people that are very against it. There's you get your bigots.
Yeah.
That don't believe in any of that shit. Like, I don't think anyone around here we're not like that. We're very accepting people here. Like I know you're not. There's things though that bother us though. Like between me and him, I'm saying. I know 'cause
Yeah.
we were talking about this.
But I think that's like we've talked about this before too. That's the best part about like us as human beings. We have our right to our opinion.
well,
obviously
in this country
then-
we do.
yes,
So,
but
let's
obviously-
be careful
but
how
then
you say it
there's-
because like there's parts of the world that you don't.
Yes, true. But
For all of our Russian listeners out there.
yeah.
or
Fuck
bunch in the
you.
Middle East,
So-
China,
but-
North Korea,
but- and what the big one
Iran.
is, if they're listening
Parts
to
of
this,
South
they're going to
America.
get arrested pretty soon. Then,
Yeah.
probably.
Well.
But so no, I think that's what it is. It's we get our opinions, right? And obviously we have our opinions on certain things from one extreme to another. And a lot of people, it's also like in politics, right? A lot of people sit towards the middle and can they accept it and they okay. But then there's certain people obviously that take it to the next extreme. And I just think that it's definitely such a new topic that's being talked about that
It is for. I mean, I think it definitely after the whole like at the movement like for the LGBTQ like the whole originally gays, right? That's how it was. It was like the whole legal marriage. The army got rid of it. After every country was like free countries were allowing it. Like that's where it spawned into everything. It's actually a really segue a little bit into that, which is nuts, which scares me a little bit. So friend of mine, you knew him, living up in Northern America, way far out there. He brought up this thing. I had a huge debate about it. He wasn't against gay rights or anything, but he saw what could be problematic later on. Is like you're going to open this Pandora box to a lot of everything's okay, and the one that I'm seeing lately is pedophiles thinking.
So
Yeah,
that's purely the pedophiles being like, this
They're
is
trying to
completely
call
okay.
my time to shine, right?
Trust me, everyone in the LGBT
Yeah.
community, everyone, that's not outside the community, everyone still thinks that pedophiles are bad. It's the pedophiles being like, no, we're part of the LGBT community. And they're like, no,
and
you're not.
This is something he brought up. He's like, they're going to, at one point you watch this, you're going to let also open. Like, he was like, he's a little against it. He goes like, I feel like this is just going to open this Pandora's box. And at one point in this country, it's going to be okay to fuck children. And you're like, I'm like, nah, dude. Like, they're never going to open that up. Like, no, and they're fucking trying. They're legitimately trying to, like, say, hey, we're part of this. I'm like, no. These are we're talking about consulting adults or kids that want to do something later on, like, or just figuring out their sexuality. What the? You're just old fuckers trying to fuck kids. That's not right. Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, so you're 17. Like, no, you're trying to find like 8-year-olds. That's fucked up. Like, that's a big thing that's actually happening. And I'm like,
no,
oh
and
my
like
God.
that coin has two sides of it. So one, pedophiles have always tried to co-opt the gay rights movement because they see that as the best way and easiest way to try and get onto that. Because they can always just say like, oh, well, you're bigoted, whatever. Yeah. And then you also have...
But we did it like 1,000 years ago, so come on, it's got to be
And then
cool.
you also have very, very strong conservative communities that are trying to conflate the two together.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
Because like that was actually one of the big dog whistles towards like gay men.
Was it saying in the Bible, thou shalt not lie with another man? Is that what it says in there?
Yeah. Something like that.
It just says lying. It doesn't say fucking doing whatever, right? Is there more to it?
But keep in mind, sodomy is also a sin according to the Bible. So anytime we go in the fucking corner, we're breaking the law.
Yeah, I know.
But the thing is, like...
We're breaking the law.
We're breaking God's law. But it's very much a culture war product that... individuals that do not mean the best for our society are trying to co-opt and take advantage of.
Yeah.
It's
and you see that with every movement.
Yeah, it's true. I just don't like that one. That's really fucked up. That's really fucked up one.
That is, and everyone else also thinks that is.
Being a parent in the room, it's a really, and a very young child, it's like it really bothers me extra more. Like, not only like it doesn't bother me normally, but like I have, a target, basically, that I always worry about all the time. Because that's what I call it. Half the time I don't, I'm like, that's my walking target everywhere. I'm like, holy shit, where's your tracker now? These days it fucking scares the shit out of me. Oh, man.
Which, like, relationships and marriage, the definition should be between consenting adults.
Yep.
Does not fucking matter genders of adults.
Depending on which state you are, what age you are, because certain states like 16 as an adult.
Yeah, if you're going further south.
Yeah, the further south you go,
what's Europe like with adults?
They're weird. They range between, like, 16 and 20.
Huh.
Yeah.
What, 20? They consider 20 as adult?
Well, yeah, but most
Scandinavia.
Most European countries let you drink at 16.
I know. They actually legally they do.
That's
they don't
keep
give
in
a fuck.
mind.
Well,
Some of
like
the South
Wisconsin,
is
too.
trying. Some of the South is trying to push for age of consent to be down to 14.
I believe. All right, so you might want to look this up, Jonesy. But at one point, I know years ago in this state, in Illinois, you could as a minor, you could drink on your own property with your parents, just you, with your parents allowing you to have like a drink.
Oh yeah, no, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Like in Wisconsin, that's still a thing.
That's still at a bar. Yeah, you can sit at a bar.
In Wisconsin, you can sit at a bar with your.
If you're with a legal guardian, you can have whatever the fuck you want, so long as your legal guardian is fine with it.
But you won't really be able to enjoy that freedom at most like franchise places.
Right. Yeah. I'm actually remembering Europe, though. I know we're fucking segueing completely off of this stuff, but I was in Europe when I was 16. We went through like a... oh, yeah, you were there. You were like this big. We went to the family reunion thing in Europe, in Poland. And I already told my parents at 16, like, I smoke cigarettes. I was like, I got it out there. I was like, fuck it. I'm done hiding it. I've been smoking since I was 12. Really pissed them off. But I was like, you know what? I'm going the open route. It worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Also, really bad parents going, all right, you go ahead. Didn't even, I get the whole, like, oh, we're not going to screw it. But I got to the point where, like, I was buying cigarettes, and they asked my mom, like, oh, he's kind of underage. He's 16. And my mom's like, nah, let him have it. I'm like, wow, you're fucking horrible. But at the same time, I was going, thanks, Mom. But that's the thing. They were just allowing me to buy cigarettes at 16, and when I was in Poland, I was like, wow, you guys really just don't. That's it? It was just a parent sign off? I mean, this is 20 years ago. This is not like the fucking 60s, 70s, 80s. This was late 90s, 2000s, right? Or actually, the year 2000, I believe.
2001.
Yeah, my mom at like she recalls at like 10 or 12 years old going down to the local convenient mart and be like, hey, getting some cigarettes for Mom.
I guess I was older then for 2001. That threw me off.
2001.
Yeah, with
so it was a little shit. Okay.
Yeah, with the whole like pedophile thing. That's just terrible people doing terrible things.
Yeah. No, it's a fucking. And I know we segued a lot. And I knew this was going to happen. I really knew this was going to go into a lot of different things.
Yeah, we're opening a can of worms.
Because it is. There's so much. Like, we don't even. I honestly don't know the full. Like, I know that there's policies in the state for the military for all this shit. I've never dealt with. Like I said, I know people that I've doing the transitions. Isn't it? Actually, one thing I don't like. All right, I don't mind the government paying. No, I do mind the government paying for your transition. I guess if you're active duty and you're doing it,
I think so.
Fine, maybe.
Yeah, if you're,
I don't know. I'm still like.
I think with like a lot of people who are like against that or like more like, oh, they're just joining the military to transition. Like, no, they're not. You're not. You don't have.
You can get a boob job too if you're in the military. We've covered a story on that one. The one I didn't like was Chelsea Manning in fucking prison, and they. Like, you're in prison and you're getting the government to pay for your transition. Sorry, I don't care. You're in prison. You're in jail. Okay, I know you have still some kind of rights as being a prisoner, but come the fuck on. We're paying for that. Like,
yeah, I can't plug in any more USB devices to my government laptop now because of you. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you piece of shit. I still do it anyway.
Thanks, Dick.
But well, that's not Dick anymore, right?
Dick is gender neutral at this point.
You can be. I don't know. Anyway, great topic there, Kyle. You got any more on it?
No, I mean, I think it's so fresh still that it's just an early discussion, and I think as time progresses, the discussion will then thicken where you can have more of a, where you're not feeling like you're sitting and stepping on eggshells.
Well, it's a more nuanced view of it.
Right. I do. I always feel like it is eggshells. It
has to thicken still. It's still so fresh that it just
as a historical parallel, this would have been like, we're in the 50s and we're talking about Truman letting in, integrating the.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's a tough time. Tough time. I know. Yeah. It like I said, this is you brought it up, and like I had to talk to Pete right off the bat. Like, hey, how do you feel about this as the lawyer of the show?
Yeah.
Can we get away with this?
Eric's lawyer.
Can we keep it clean? I'm like, yeah, I think we can keep it clean. Like, I don't think there's any hatred on either side. Like, because none of us are like, oh fuck that. Like, no. I mean, there are things like I'm saying fuck that on. Like I said, the government paying for a lot of shit. I'm like, because I don't believe government should pay for anything you're getting done to your body. I think that should come out of your own fucking pocket. You want it? There's no reason why I'm paying for you to get shit done. That's just how I'm.
Thank you for the dick job.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like with LASIK, right?
Yeah.
Like, insurance didn't pay for my LASIK, so.
Where'd that come from? Fuck you. Texas paid for your LASIK?
No.
Oh, you said insurance paid for it or no?
Insurance did not pay for my LASIK.
Oh, you paid out yours?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you got like a government job. I thought you got government LASIK for something. How did you get that?
It's like cosmetic procedure.
I don't know. It's just like if we don't have government health care, like I don't like the fact that and then again, I think health care is a whole separate thing. These are that's elective.
That would then get
this is
like,
elective, right?
Yeah.
Like
we don't have another hour.
Yeah, right. Or no, we don't. All right. Yeah, we really don't. All right, we got to wrap this episode up. I know Jonesy's got to get going on here. Thanks for filling in for Sami in the main desk, even though he was, he's dying over there.
Yeah.
Kyle, thanks for coming up with an interesting topic for us.
Do I get to plug it all?
You want to do the full?
They're easy words.
Oh yeah, they are.
Are you sure?
Please like, follow, subscribe, share, and remind we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, all podcast platforms, and watch us on YouTube or at semperhooah.com. You can follow us on Facebook at Semper Hooah Podcast and IG at Semper Hooah. Check out the merch at semperhooah.com/shop. You can support the show at semperhooah.com with a monthly subscription of your choosing. 50% of the merch profits go to Tango 3. Tango 3, with your help, they will support vetted organizational projects that help with veteran mental health issues and veteran suicide prevention through the sale of Dove Creek Wagyu beef jerky.
Skip the kashi.
Yep. That was the only word. Don't forget to send the hate mail to contact@semperhooah.com.
All right.
And as always, all views and opinions are not expressive of the DOD, any of its branches, or any military, government, or agency. Organization.
Yeah, he fucked that up. Anyway, all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys next episode. God, I gotta blur a lot of shit out.
Yeah.
All right. We're out, man.